on the scoreboard. Outs 5-5. Ooh, boy. All right. What's up, everybody, and welcome back for the second half of the WNBA and Fever season. Sean is not joining me tonight. Rocha is still taking a break, so today is a solo stream. You just got me today. But over 150 people waiting for the stream to start. Welcome back to the season, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Steve Fowler, Rhonda Davis in the house, Jonathan Ayala's in here. Father Time's been waiting. What up, Father Time? Hello, John, Tyler Stewart, Sarcasm, Ghost Mob's in here, J-Dog. Nate, what up, Nate Dog? GWL 1961's in here. Tyler, Andrew, James Wilcox, welcome to the Cult of Fury. Thanks to Mr. Avatar with a gifted membership going to James Wilcox. And Avatar says this gifted membership is for the Rockies taking a 2 out of 3 against the Minnesota Twins. Avatar, congratulations and thank you so much for the gifted membership. We also had 5 gifted memberships before I started the live stream from our guy Garfin, who also had a $2 donation. And these 5 gifted go to Omazito, Life with Gabe, Edison Pierce, Crazed DEMT23. Welcome to the Cult of Fury, guys. Welcome to the Cult and Life with Gabe. Yeah, thank you guys for being here. Welcome to the Cult of Fury, thanks to Garfin. And thank you again for the $2 donation, Garfin. Appreciate you. Illmatic's in here. Michael Evans, Aiden Richardson, Melissa Soto. What up, Melissa? Michael's in here. David Allen, Matthew Dahl, Bolta. What up? Cody Johnson's in here. Joe Brown, Stephanie Franco, Tristan Allen. Today's game is going to be broadcasted on ESPN. The game is going to start in about 29 minutes and 50 seconds. 29 minutes and 50 seconds away from tip-off. If you want to watch along with me, it's going to be on ESPN. And if you can't watch, well, then I got you with the live play-by-play. I definitely got you with that. So welcome on in, everybody. Smack that thumbs up. You know the drill. Smack it. Let's try to get to 300 likes before tip-off. Let's go. 300 people already in the house. We're going to go over game time predictions and breakdowns and everything before the game starts here in about 15 or so minutes. Contino's in here. What up, Contino? Jesus Rodriguez tuning in from Southern California. Big Wood, Sonic Boom, AJ's in here. Aiden Richardson, I Love Country. What up, man? Daniel Berry. What's up, guys? Sarcasm says Rip Ozzy. Yeah. Dang, I heard about that just maybe like an hour or two ago. About an hour or two ago, I heard about that. Rest in peace to Ozzy Osbourne. He just had his farewell tour wrap up, just weeks ago, right? Earlier this month. He was saying goodbye to everybody. He was really saying goodbye to everybody. So rest in peace to Ozzy Osbourne. Also rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner, who played Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show. He passed away, I think, what was it, yesterday he passed away? So, a couple of legends passing away. Rest in peace. Yeah, Malcolm Jamal Warner, dude. That was I heard about that. Like, man, he's young, right? He's got to be young, like, what, in his 50s or something? Ozzy, 76 years old. He passed away, J-Dog. And, man, he lived a full life, didn't he? He lived a roller coaster of a life. 54 for Malcolm. Wow, that's just so young. That seems so young. What up, Devin Agnes? The AJ Show. What's up, AJ? Rest in peace to Ozzy, man. And Malcolm Jamal Warner, dude. Rest in peace. Josh, I need to tag you. Tag me? What you got? Tag me on Arturo. Malcolm drowned. Oh, is that how it happened? He drowned? A riptide got him? Oh, man, that sounds similar to what happened to that one wrestler who was rescuing, I think, his son years ago. So that's how I didn't know that. Wow. Josh, next Thursday, the NFL is back with the Hall of Fame game. Is that already next Thursday, the Hall of Fame game? Dang, that really creeps up on us pretty quick, huh? Yeah, Shad, that's the wrestler from WWE. Yeah, he passed away like that. He got caught up in a riptide as well. Terry Ross says, man, riptides are crazy. Yeah, man, I saw a video breaking down what happens in a riptide. That is scary. That's scary. What's up, Lee? How you doing? Thunderbolt says, y'all talking about Ozzy? Yes, Ozzy Osbourne passed away today. 76 years old. I got you, Arturo. Got you. Let's see. Arturo, what did you tag me in? What was that? Car chase? Oh! Well, that ended pretty rough. Dang. Well, welcome on in, everybody. Welcome on in. Josh, how can the Fever win? Kevin B, how can the Fever win? I'm going to go over some keys of the game later on here in a bit. But the New York Liberty, believe it or not, just got better. Since the last game, which was right before the All-Star break, they got better. They got Jonquel Jones back from ankle injury. She was out for like, what, a month? Jonquel Jones? She only played in one of the previous Fever Liberty games. She had 26 and 12 in that first game. She's finally back. Now, I don't know how long she's going to play today. I wonder if she's going to be on a minutes restriction since this is her first game back in like a month. But Jonquel Jones is back. Also, the New York Liberty, I don't know if we have any Liberty fans in here, but the Liberty had a big signing recently. They just signed European star Emma Miesemann. She was someone who was like from what I hear, she's like the best player in Europe. She's 32 years old. She's been in the WNBA before. She won a championship with the Washington Mystics back in 2019. She was the first ever reserve, like player off the bench, to win Finals MVP. She was averaging like 19 points a game throughout the playoffs that year. And then she went off to play Europe basketball after last playing in the WNBA in 2022. And everyone's been trying to get her. Like, the Liberty were trying to get her. The Lynx, who was it? Some other team was trying to get her too. But some of the top-end seeds were trying to get Miesemann. And the Liberty got her. The Liberty got her. She won't be playing today, though. She won't be playing today because she still has to go through some process, a visa process, before she's able to play. And I heard that could take weeks. So she won't be playing too many games in the regular season with the Liberty, but considering that she's a veteran and that this team is full of studs already, great players, she might just fit in pretty perfectly. So I Love Country says Liberty is my second favorite team after the Fever. Well then, yeah, you're loving the fact that the Liberty were able to get Emma Miesemann. They are stacked. So now on this roster for the New York Liberty, they have 3 former Finals MVPs on their roster, right? Or, yeah, because Breanna Stewart, Jonquel Jones, and now Miesemann, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but multiple Finals MVPs on the roster. What's up, Corey Childs? What up, Yvette? How you doing? With Ozzy just as huge, like goodbye concert, the timing is crazy. I know. Ozzy was doing that farewell tour, and like I was just saying, like that was his way of saying goodbye. Because just not too long after that, boom, he passes away at 76. Hey, Joseph Ferguson, Louis, no, Cece is not playing today. Cece is still hurt. They officially just ruled her out like 12 minutes ago, but we all knew she wasn't going to play. She might be out weeks. She could be out weeks. She could be. Jed Lockett, what up, Jed? Says, awesome to see you tonight flying solo. I've got 3 days of 12-hour shifts ahead, so I'm looking forward to the stream. 12-hour shifts, man. I used to do those for a long time. 12-hour shifts are no joke. So good luck, man. I hope they go smooth with you, Jed. Avatar says, oh, I'll be 54 next week. Maybe we have a lot of birthdays this past month, and Avatar's got one coming up next week. Which day officially, Avatar? You'll be 54. The GOAT's turning 54, y'all. Chicago Horror says yes. Rest in peace to Ozzy Osbourne. Rest in peace to Ozzy. Also, Malcolm Jamal Warner from the Cosbys. Theo, he played Theo Huxtable. He passed away too, I think yesterday. Monday, Avatar's your birthday. Nice, nice, nice. Big Wood, you're a November baby. You're a November baby. I'm a December baby. Let's go. Let's go. That fall weather, baby. Over 500 people in the house. We're going to go over game time predictions and everything here pretty soon. Tip-off is going to be on ESPN. I'm watching on YouTube TV. ESPN through YouTube TV. That's how I'm able to watch. So if you want to watch along with me, it's on ESPN. If you can, again, if you cannot watch, well, then I got you with the live play-by-play and everything throughout the entire game, so that way you don't miss anything. Struel, I got you. I got you. September, you're a September baby, Matthew. Break shot. You're about to turn 24? No way. Time flies. Time flies. Yeah, just no spamming, no spamming. What up, JB Taylor? Says good evening. I'm eating some chocolate pudding. Oh, heck yeah. Chocolate pudding. You know what I like? I like the chocolate pudding with also the vanilla, like the mix, like that little mixture of the two. I like that. I like that. My goodness. It was my birthday yesterday. Can I get a birthday shout out? Well, happy birthday to you, Ben. Happy birthday to you, man. How was your birthday? How was your birthday, dude? Are you guys streaming the Steelers and Ravens games? If they're on primetime, then yes. And I think they both definitely have multiple primetime games this year. So, yep. Devin, with the $5 dono. Hey, Josh, another solo stream? Let's get it. I'm a January baby. I'll be 23 the 29th of January. The 29th of January, you're going to be 23 years old. Okay. Okay. I remember being 23. That was like 60 years ago. Devin, you're a winner, baby. Cheers, man. Cheers. And thank you so much for the 5, bruh. Nobles, 58 months of the Cult of Fury. Says, what up, Josh? Hope everything's going well for you. Nobles, dude, having a hell of a summer. Enjoying calling these WNBA games, these favorite games. It's been a whole lot of fun. It would be much better if Caitlin Clark were to get healthy finally. But she's been battling injuries all season long. So it's been a roller coaster ride for the Fever, but it's been fun hanging out with everybody all summer long. And right around the corner will be the NFL season, and then back to the NBA. So I can't complain. Nobles, I hope you're doing good, man. And thank you for the continued support, bro. Pikachu's mom says, you are not alone. We are working with you. I'm still going to need that raise and a day off. Okay, sure. I'll pay you out of Roach's paycheck. How about that? How about that? Rocha is here. Is he? Oh, he is. Oh, my goodness. Speak of the devil. Roachito. What up? What up, Roach? What you doing, boy? What you eating over there? I know you eating something. Good morning from the Philippines. What's up, Mel from the Philippines? What up, Mel? How you doing? I was just going over how the New York Liberty today are getting back Jonquel Jones. She's been missing for about a month due to a right ankle injury. She'll be playing today. I don't know if she's going to be starting or if she's going to be on a minute restriction. I'm refreshing Twitter to see if they're going to announce that yet. And they did. Okay, so starting 5 for the New York Liberty tonight will be Jonquel Jones, Brianna Stewart, Leonie Phoebish, Sabrina Ionescu, and Natasha Cloud. So Jonquel will be in the starting lineup. I don't know if she's going to be on a minute restriction, though. The starting 5 for the Indiana Fever today. Ari McDonald, Kelsey Mitchell, Natasha Howard, Aaliyah Boston, and Sophie Cunningham will be in the starting 5 tonight. That's the starting 5 for both squads. Also tonight, let me see if I can share you guys this. Check this out. Look at the screen. Aaliyah Boston debuting her brand new shoes tonight. She's rocking her new Adidas Dawn today. You know what? Those aren't too bad. Those aren't too bad. So good for you, Aaliyah. I hope she drops a big double-double with them. Aaliyah Boston with some new kicks here tonight. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. But again, that's the starting five for the Indiana Fever today. Ari McDonald, Kelsey Mitchell, Sophie Cunningham, Natasha Howard, and Aaliyah Boston. For the New York Liberty, it's going to be Jonquel Jones, Brianna Stewart, Leonie Febish, Sabrina Ionescu, and Natasha Cloud. The game's going to be tipping off here soon, about 10-15 minutes from now, 15 minutes from now, on ESPN. On ESPN. I like the shoes. I think they're pretty nice. I hope she balls out on them. I honestly hope she balls out on them. But welcome on in, folks. Over 700 people in the house. Oh, my goodness. Roach. Where we at, Roach? Where we at? As I'm about to go over the teams at a glance going in today's game. We're coming back from the All-Star break. It's the start of the second half of the season. And going into this game, the New York Liberty are 4-1 now in their last 5 games. They're 10-2 at home. The record's 14-6. The Indiana Fever are 3-2 in their last 5 games, coming off that loss against the Liberty before the break, and are now 5-5 on the road. 12-11 is their record. Right now, the Indiana Fever are the 6th-seeded team in the WNBA, whereas the New York Liberty are the 2nd seed. In points per game, New York's number 1. Right there, Liberty are number 1. The Fever are 3rd with 84 points scored per game. About, 2.7 points behind New York. In points against, allowed, Indiana's 7th, New York's 5th. In rebounding, New York's 6th, the Fever are 9th. In assists per game, Liberty are now 2nd in the WNBA. The Fever are 7th. In three-pointers made per game, New York is now number 1 at 10 a game. Fever are just shy of 8 per game, which is good for 8th in the league. In turnovers, they both turn it over about the same, 12.7 turnovers a game. 70 likes away from 300. Let's go. Thank you, Roach. 70 likes away from 300. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for smacking that thumbs up. Almost 300 likes before tip-off. So that's some of the stats to look at going into this game for both teams in the second half of this season, starting tonight. Now let's go over to keys of the game. Some keys of the game if the Fever are going to win today against the Liberty, coming off that 20-point loss against the Liberty before the break. Key number 1, come out with some intensity. I mean, it was a punch to the mouth by the Liberty right out the gate in that last game. So the Fever got to come out with some intensity. That's first and foremost. Second, find ways to get Boston going. Aaliyah Boston made 1 field goal the entire game. Now, the Liberty were making it tough. They were locking down defensively, especially in the paint, between Febish and Sabali, Burke, everybody. Everyone's contributing with the blocking and the stealing. And they were double teaming Aaliyah Boston a lot. But they got to find some creative ways to get Boston going, because they're going to need her if they're going to win this game. Key number 3, guard the perimeter. My goodness, the New York Liberty caught fire in that last game, shooting and making 14 threes. They made 14 threes in that last game. They shot pretty much 50% from downtown the entire game. So the Indiana Fever got to do a better job defensively around the perimeter. I mean, before that game, Sabrina Ionescu was on a 2-game shooting slump from downtown, and she caught fire in that last game. And then, of course, went on to win the 3-point contest on the weekend. Key number 4, and this might be the most important one. A prayer wouldn't hurt, honestly. If you're a praying person, a prayer honestly would not hurt, because the New York Liberty are getting back Jonquel Jones to go with everything else. So the Liberty are getting a little bit better today. I don't know if she's going to be on a minute restriction. Hopefully not. I really like Jonquel Jones, but yeah, a prayer wouldn't hurt. And that's some of the keys to the game if they're going to hope to win this one. And you never know. Maybe they could pull off the upset here. You never know. They've done it before. And new to the Cult of Fury, J.B. Taylor. Dude, welcome back, dude, to the Cult of Fury. Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for the membership, J.B. Taylor. By the way, J.B. Taylor's got a birthday coming up on the 25th here in a few days. Now let's go to game time predictions. Now that we looked at the stats, we looked at some of the keys to the game, I want to know who you guys think is going to win today's game. So let's get ready for game time predictions. Who's going to win this game? Now, the Liberty are favored by 10.5 points, and the over-under is 162.5 points. 162.5. So let me know in the chat. You taking the Liberty, or some of you taking the upset, going with the Fever tonight? I see Liberty. I see Fever, says Sonic Boom. Bigwood's going with the Liberty. Father Time's going with the Fever. He believes. He's going with the upset. Despite being 10.5 underdogs, he's going with the Fever. Tyler is going with the Fever. George J. Gillian Jr. is going with the Fever. Tristan Allen, Fever. Yvette's going with the Liberty. Rocha is going with the Liberty. Martha will go with the Fever. So is Aiden. For me, I'm going to go with the Liberty to win today. I'm going to go with the Liberty. I hope they don't cover the spread, 10.5. I hope it's a much closer game than that, because then maybe the Fever could pull off an upset in that case. But thinking with my brain, I'm going to go with the Liberty taking care of business. Getting back Jonquel Jones is going to be huge. Liberty's defense really showed out. They did a great job defending in the paint. They were knocking down from the perimeter. They were stealing left and right. The bench outperformed the Fever bench as well. So just in all facets of the game, New York was in control of that last one. I'll have them to win this game. Now, who's going to be the MVP for today's game? Who's y'all's pick for MVP of this game? My MVP is going to be Sabrina Ionescu. Sabrina caught fire. She's on fire right now. She was ridiculous, knocking down threes in that three-point contest. And she had 15 points in that last game with 9 assists, almost a double-double. Breanna Stewart was the MVP in that last game with 24 and 11 and 7. But I'll go with Sabrina MVP here today. I see Sabrina. The true Sabrina MVP. Sabrina, a lot of Sabrinas. MVP Boston says Tristan Allen, as she's going with the Fever to win. And Father Time's going to go with Boston as well. Okay. Now let's move on to X Factor. Who's going to be the X Factor for their team's victory today? Well, since I'm going with the New York Liberty, my X Factor is going to be Marina Johannes. Johannes, she was fantastic in that last game. 12 points, double digits off the bench with 4 for 5 from downtown. She looked like she wasn't going to miss. She finally missed late in the game, but she was 4 for 5 from 3 to go along with 3 assists, 1 rebound, and 2 steals. Johannes is going to be my pick for X Factor. Now moving on to props. First bucket. Who scores first in this game? Who scores first? Well, for me, I'm going to go with Ari McDonald scoring the first bucket. I got to throw a Fever on here somewhere. So I'll go with Ari scoring first. Now moving on to the first splash of the game. The first 3 of the game is going to be scored by who? First 3 of the game. I'm going to go with Sabrina. Duh. I'm going to go with Sabrina Ionescu to score the first 3. I think she hits the first splash. And I think a lot of you guys are going to agree. Sab, yep. Sabrina, going with Ionescu. Sophie first splash says Avatar. Okay. If Sophie's not going to be in the... Okay, Sophie, if Sophie gets the first field goal, I'll give the membership, Avatar. If Sophie gets the first field goal, I'll give the membership. CL's going with Sabrina. All right. And the over-under is 162.5. The last game went over. It was 98-77. So I'm going to take the over on 162.5. What about y'all? You taking the over or you taking the under? By the way, tip-off is in 7 minutes. Tip-off is in 7 minutes from right about meow. 7 minutes on ESPN if you want to watch along with me. I see over, under, 1 under, 2 unders. Father Time's going with the under as well. Roach is going with the over. James Wilcox is going with the over. All right. And that's our game time predictions. I'm going with the Liberty. Sabrina to be MVP. Johannes be X Factor. Aaron McDonald to be the first bucket. Sabrina knocked down the first 3, first splash. And I'm taking the over of 162.5 points. Now let's go over the starting lineups. I'll put it on the screen. Starting 5 for the Indiana Fever will be Aaron McDonald, Kelsey Mitchell, Sophie Cunningham, Natasha Howard, and Aaliyah Boston, who's rocking some new kicks tonight. She released a new shoe, and she's debuting that here tonight. The starting 5 for the New York Liberty. Cloud9, Natasha Cloud, who won the Skills Challenge this past weekend. Sabrina Ionescu will be in the starting 5, obviously. She's a 3-point contest winner. Leonie Febish, Brianna Stewart, and welcome back Jonquel Jones. She's back in her first game in, about a month. So she will be in the starting 5 tonight. Who's that in the middle? Who's that in the middle? That's Leonie Febish, Roach, for the New York Liberty. That's Leonie Febish. Leonie Febish, and then Brianna Stewart, Jonquel Jones, Sabrina Ionescu, and Natasha Cloud. You have the TV, you have the game on my TV and you on the phone. Let's go, Tristan Allen. And we just hit 310 likes. Thank y'all, ladies and gentlemen, for 310 likes. I just went over game time predictions, went over the starting 5 for the New York Liberty and the Indiana Fever, as you see on your screen. I'll go back to predictions. I'm going to go grab me something to drink. Let me know if y'all want anything. Oh, I didn't know about her, says JB Taylor. Oh, yeah. Leonie Febish, she's good. She's really good. She's really good. She's German. We're moments away from tip-off, about 5 minutes away from tip-off. And once again, this game's going to be on ESPN. Yvette wants a Capri Sun. I haven't had a Capri Sun in decades. I don't think I've had a Capri Sun in decades. That's how long it's been. I can't remember the last time I had a Capri Sun. 1900 and something. You want some assorted sours, Avatar? That does sound pretty good. Assorted sours from Buc-ee's sounds amazing. You got to get one. They're very good. I should. That'd be a nice blast from the past. Man, I wouldn't have gotten YouTube Sports if I knew Fever games weren't available. That's one of the things that sucks, Nathan. That's one of the things that sucks about some of these TV contracts with some of these sports. It's tough to follow because there's so many different packages where so many games are going so many different places. You know, I have the League Pass, and there are so many games I cannot watch on the League Pass. I have to watch elsewhere. So I'm just constantly bouncing around. I have all these different things. And even with me having all these things, and Sean has this YouTube TV, it's hard to keep track sometimes. It's hard to keep track. I always got to be like, okay, what station is this game on? All right, let me make sure it's on this thing or that thing or whatever. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's like that with NBA. It's like that with the NFL. The NFL used to be so much more easier to keep track of, but not anymore. Not anymore. Not anymore. Baseball's like that. So I feel you on that. It's tough. It's tough. Blackouts are crazy. Blackouts are nuts. You can live here. I live here in Dallas. You can live here in Dallas, and unless you have a specific package, you're blacked out. How do you get blacked out of watching your favorite team when you live in the same city? That's nuts. Not that I'm a Mavericks fan, but Still, like whenever we try to watch Mavericks games, we have to watch them in specific ways. It's crazy. But over 1,000 people walking in the door. Welcome on in. I just went over game time predictions. I went over to some keys of the game, which is the Fever got to come out with some intensity. They got to find ways to get Boston going. One field goal in that last game is just not going to cut it. I know the Liberty are double teaming here. I know they're focusing on Aaliyah Boston a whole lot because she's such a beast. But you got to find some creative ways to get Boston going. And then you got to guard the perimeter. The New York Liberty lit it up from downtown in that last game. 14 splashes from three. And they shot about 50% from downtown the entire game. So guard the perimeter. And my fourth key of the game is a prayer. A prayer wouldn't hurt. If you're a praying person, say a prayer for the Fever. And you're a Fever fan. Well, what's up, Cameron? How you doing, buddy? Avatar says hockey's bad as well. Yeah. All right, we're getting ready for tip-off. We're getting ready for tip-off here soon on ESPN. Once the tip is off, I'll do a little bit of a countdown. So if you're watching along with me, we can get synced up a little bit. Let me get everything here situated on my end for all the stats and everything so I can follow that through the game so that way I can keep you guys informed. Once again, starting five for the Indiana Fever tonight. It's going to be Arie McDonald, Kelsey Mitchell, Sophie Cunningham, Natasha Howard, and Aaliyah Boston. That's your starting five for the Indiana Fever. The starting five for the New York Liberty here at home in Brooklyn, Natasha Cloud, Sabrina Ionescu, Leonie Phoebish, Brianna Stewart, and welcoming back Jonquel Jones into the starting five. She's back from ankle injury. What's up, Akron? How you doing? Just here's to a Fever upset. Hey, let's cheer for one. Let's cheer for one. Whether you're a Fever fan, welcome on in. You're a Liberty fan, welcome on in. You're a Hoops fan, welcome on in. Whoever you represent, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out. But let's get ready for tip-off, though. Let's get ready for tip-off. Kelsey Mitchell, Aaliyah Boston, they got to set the tone today. Boston and Mitchell got to set the tone. The defense needs to set the tone. They got to get on transition. They got to find some ways to move that ball. There was like 8 steals by the Liberty, 7 of which came from the bench from New York. There's Aaliyah Boston. She's all smiles. Indiana's going to be in their blue, their dark blue jerseys. Liberty will be in their two-tones. Their two-tone with the teal and the black bleeding in. All right, folks. Jonquel Jones being welcomed back in front of the crowd. She makes her way to the center court where she'll be tipping off against Aaliyah Boston. Thank y'all so much for smacking that thumbs up. Rochito, where we at? Where we at, Roach? We're getting ready for tip-ball, baby. All right, hoop watchers. Let's watch some hoops. Aaliyah Boston and Jonquel Jones at center court. Getting ready for the tip. It's off, and the Fever will have the first possession. Let's take it down here. 9:54, 53, 52, 51, 50, 49, 48. I hope we're synced up. They're shooting on the right side of the court. Mitchell's in trouble. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen up by Brianna Stewart. But wait a minute. Stolen right back by Arie, who hit Sophie from the left corner for 3. No good. Rebound by Kelsey Mitchell. Second chance opportunity. She hits Arie for 3. No good. Ball's knocked loose. Natasha Cloud comes up with it. An outlet pass to Brianna Stewart in the front court. Fever missed their first couple of possessions. Here come the Liberty with their first possession, shooting on the left side of the court. 13 on the shot clock, a feed down low to Jonquel Jones. She's double teamed. She's looking elsewhere. She finds Phoebish on the right wing outside. She drives past Howard. Kick out. Jones for 3. Welcome back. Jonquel Jones, first splash of the game and the first score of the game. 9 minutes to go. Fever have the possession. Aaliyah Boston on the right elbow hands it off to Natasha Howard. Curls around the screen, attacking Jones inside, and she's called for a travel. A turnover by Natasha Howard gives it right back to the Liberty, who are up 3-0 right here, right now. Thank you, Mods. Thank you, Mods. Avatar says we hit 400 likes. Let's go. There we go. Back to the way. Phoebus fed down low and gets a big shot. Phoebus puts them up 5. Indiana's got 0. 8:37 left to go in the first quarter. This is kind of looking like the start of the last game. Here's Airy kicking to Mitchell. Catch and shoot 3 from the wing. Hits the iron and rebounded by Phoebus. The Liberty are shooting on the left side of the court in their two-tone jerseys, teal and black. A feed by Sabrina Jones. Misses the 3. It's short. Rebound falls to Howard. They're looking for their first score here with 8:14 left to go in the first quarter. Barreling her way down the court is Boston. She misses at the rim. Ball's knocked loose. McDonald with the offensive rebound. Feeds it baseline. Howard with the reverse layup and the first score for the Indiana Fever, who are down by 3 under 8 minutes to go. Let's see if they can get a defensive stop here as Sabrina goes around the screen from Stewart. Hits Natasha Cloud for 3. Oh! Drains it from downtown in the face of the defender. Cloud9 puts them up 6. In the last game, the Liberty had 14 splashes. They have 2 here already. And back on the other side, Natasha Clouds called for a shooting foul on the baseline to Natasha Howard. So Howard will go to the line for 2 shots. Dr. Sarah, welcome on in. What's up, Dr. Sarah? How you doing? What's up, Timothy? How you doing, man? Justice07's in here. Wilson says, Fever. Billy Card says, go Fever. Down by 6. Howard at the line shooting 2. First free throws up and count that bucket. Count that score. 7:39 left to go here in this first quarter. On the floor for the Fever, it's Howard, it's Boston, it's Mitchell, it's Sophie Cunningham, and McDonald. Second free throw coming up for Natasha Howard is up and good. 8-4 lead now for the Liberty. Jonquel Jones and her return knocked down the first splash of the game. First 3, first score. So welcome back, Jonquel Jones, if you're a Liberty fan. 17 on the shot clock for the Liberty, shooting the left side of the court in their two-tone jerseys. Oh, Phoebus, I think just turned over the ball. She did. Phoebus, she had this, the pass went to her. She had to save it in bounds, but it went into the backcourt. And because no Fever touched it, it's a violation. Turnover, Fever basketball. Now, the Fever need to capitalize on these opportunities here off these turnovers. Cloud9 will pick up Ari McDonald, hits Kelsey Mitchell, pull up mid-range, jumper, good for Kelsey Mitchell. And we got a 2-point game here, folks, with 7:10 remaining in the first quarter. On the floor for the Liberty, Brianna Stewart, Phoebus, Jonquel Jones, Natasha Cloud, and Sabrina Ionescu. Sabrina hits Stewart, feeds inside. Jones at the rim gets fouled by Aaliyah Boston. And JJ will go to the line for 2 shots. Jonquel Jones already has 3 points in this game. She missed almost about a month with a right ankle injury. This is her first game back. I didn't hear anything about minute restriction or anything like that, but she's off to a good start. And the first free throw is good. 9-6 New York with 6:59 left to go in the first quarter. Motown Mike, what up, Motown? Second free throw is good for Jonquel Jones. All right, under 7 minutes to go in this first quarter. Indiana's got the ball. They're shooting on the right side of the court in their dark blue jerseys. McDonald gets the feed from Kelsey Mitchell off the screen from Boston. Cross-court pass to Natasha Howard. Dribble handoff to Mitchell. Stewart on her. Feeds it in the low post to Howard. She's double-teamed. Goes to the cutter. Oh, the pass is broken up and stolen by Cloud9. Nice little rip there by Cloud9. And on the other side is Jonquel Jones in the right short corner, backing down Aaliyah Boston in the post. Off the 1-foot fadeaway jumper, no good. Howard gets the defensive rebound. Fever are down by 4. Mitchell against Stewart. Drives. And now switched up by the Cloud9. She'll drive on her and get down the lane for an easy layup. Wow, what a maneuver by Kelsey Mitchell to cut the lead to 2. Ionescu driving, kicking, finds Jones in the left corner for 3. She misfires. Howard gets the rebound, her third of the game. Howard outlets this to Ari McDonald. Feeds inside to Boston. She spins. She misses, gets her own rebound, puts the ball on the floor. Bounce pass. Howard, floater. Good. We got a tied game at 10 with 5:44 left to go here in the first quarter. 17 on the shot clock for the Liberty. Jones on the right wing outside. finds Phoebish on the right short corner, driving on Sophie. One-handed hook shot, no good, goes out of bounds. Last touch by Phoebish. It is Fever basketball with 5:29 to go in the first quarter. Woo! My goodness, 1,500 people watching and listening. Thank y'all, everybody, for being in here and keeping me company. Shout out to you, the Mod Squad, Cult of Fury Elite, Silver Gang, regulars, and the newbies. Hit that subscribe. Join us for more streams. Bring up the ball. It's going to be Ari McDonald. Fever shooting on the right side of the court. 5:20 left to go here in the first quarter. 14 on the shot clock. Ari dashing her way down the lane. Kick out to Sophie. Now pass to the post. Goes to Natasha Howard. Pump fake. Goes up and under on Stewart. And the Fever take a lead. Natasha Howard's got 8 points with 3 boards. Howard is getting going here in the first quarter. A 10-2 run for the Indiana Fever. And we have under 5 minutes left to go here in the quarter. Sabrina has yet to score. And we're going to get a foul away from the ball. It's going to be called against Ari McDonald. With 4:55 remaining in the first quarter, we're going to get a timeout by the officials. Indiana 12, Liberty 10, with 4:55 left to go. Is CC in attendance? I believe she is. I didn't see the camera pan to her, but I think she did travel with the team. But the New York Liberty are down by 2 after a 10-2 run by the Indiana Fever. And leading that way was Natasha Howard. 8 points, 3 rebounds. Aaliyah Boston has yet to score. She's 0 for 2, but has a rebound and an assist. Kelsey Mitchell, nice start for her. She's 2 for 3 with 4 points. So that's where all the points have come from. Natasha Howard's 8 and 4 from Kelsey Mitchell. For the New York Liberty, let me pull up the box score real quick so that way I can tell you who scored there. For the New York Liberty, you had 5 points from Jaquel Jones in her return back from injury. 3 points from Natasha Cloud. 2 points from Leonie Phoebish. That's how they got their 10. And we're in a commercial break here as we have an official timeout. Sarcasm? Anytime, man. Anytime. What channel is the game on ESPN? On DirecTV, it's channel 206. But how I'm watching this is ESPN through YouTube TV. That's how I'm watching it right now. And the reason why I'm doing that and not on live television is because my DirecTV box malfunctioned. So I'm having it replaced. So I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that. We're still in a commercial break here, though. Let's see, refresh this. Let's see where we're at. 500 likes here in the first quarter. Appreciate y'all. When we come back, it was a foul by Ari McDonald. It looks like it was a foul on the floor. So, yeah, it was. It was away from the ball. It was. So they'll inbound here soon. Sabali, she was out for the New York Liberty. She had like 4 blocks in that last game against the Indiana Fever. Her defense was crazy good. She's out. Sabali is out for the Liberty. And we're finally coming back from commercial break. Again, thank y'all so much for being here. Appreciate y'all. There you go, Sonic Boom. There you go. What's up, Charlicia? How you doing? GWL 1961. Yes, sir. Cameron Evans. Chicago loves Cece. Everybody loves Cece. All around. She's got fans all over the place. I remember that last time Caitlin Clark played in Chicago, that one game where she had a bunch of fans there, and she stayed late after the game to sign autographs and take pictures. That was pretty cool. All right, so we're coming back from the commercial break. A lot of substitutions being made. Lexi Hull checking in for Sophie. So it's going to be Lexi Hull, Ari McDonald, Kelsey Mitchell, Boston, and Howard for the Fever. Liberty have the ball with Stewart, Phoebish, Cloud, Enescu, and Isabel Harrison. Ball's inbounded, and a steal there by Ari McDonald. And the drive, bounce pass to Natasha Howard on the right shirt corner. She's backing down. She's got 8 points. Finds Lexi, kick out to Aaliyah for 3. No good. Rebound goes to Izzy Harrison and the Liberty. Liberty in their two-tone jerseys, shooting on the left side of the court. Oh, that much better defensive effort by the Indiana Fever today. Much better defensive effort than what we saw out the gate in that last game. Cloud feeds it inside to Harrison. Nice pump fake up and under. Move on, Natasha Howard. Harrison ties the game for the Liberty at 12 with 4:10 remaining in the first quarter. On the floor for the Fever, Howard, Boston, Mitchell, McDonald, and Hull. Boston has the ball right here at the top of the key. She hasn't scored yet. Hands it off to Lexi Hull. Hull driving to the baseline. Bounce pass to Aaliyah. Pull-up jumper. Rattles home. Aaliyah Boston with their first bucket. She's got 2 points and gives Indiana the lead 14-12 with 3:46 to go. Here's Phoebish. Pull-up J from the wing over Lexi Hull. Phoebish, she just sat there and thought about it. She said, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to pull this. And she knocks it in. Back the other way. A quick score down the baseline for Aaliyah Boston. She's got back-to-back buckets. Indiana leads at 16-15 with 3:26 to go. Here's Phoebish in the right short corner. She's looking for the cutter on the baseline. Hits Stewart. Stewie dribbles out, and there's going to be a whistle here. I think there's going to be a foul here against the Fever. I think Phoebish was fouled. Sophie Cunningham's going to check back in here for Natasha Howard. Sydney Colston checks in for Erin McDonald. Johannes checking in for Phoebish with 3:19 left to go here in the first quarter. 3:19 left to go here in the first quarter. Johannes set to inbound this from the right sideline. She does to Sabrina. Sabrina has yet to score. She does have 2 assists. Back to Johannes. It goes on the wing, right side. Stuart Watts on the right corner. She'll drive on Boston off the left foot. Jump shot, no good. Boston the rebound. Aaliyah hands it off to Kelsey Mitchell. Brings it up court. Driving down the lane. Layup, no good. Rebound goes to the Liberty with 2:54 to go. Sabrina guarded by Lexi Hull. Ooh, good defense by Lexi. Sabrina fading away. No good. Great defense by Lexi. And Aaliyah Boston comes away with her 3rd rebound. Hits Lexi in transition for 3. She hits the back iron. Sabrina gets the rebound, and she's off and running with Stewie and Burke. And she hits Stewie with the layup. 17-16. Liberty take the lead by 1 with 2:28 to go. Sydney Colson will bring it up for the Indiana Fever. Colson at the top of the key, guarded by Brianna Stewart. Hits Kelsey Mitchell, catch and shoot 3. And a whistle. Offensive foul against Aaliyah Boston. Turns it right back over to the New York Liberty. Indiana have not been able to knock down their threes lately, while the New York Liberty Fever have not been able to knock down their threes lately. The Liberty are 60% from downtown with 3 threes made. 2:16 left to go here in the first quarter. Liberty have the possession. Sabrina hits Phoebish up here on the right side. Now back to Izzy Harrison at the top of the high post. Anescu, Harrison, Talbot's actually out there with Burke and Johannes. Talbot, who was cut by the Valkyrie, making her debut with the Liberty. A feed down low to Harrison, gets away from her, out of bounds, turnover, Fever basketball with 1:56 left to go. Talbot making her debut with the Liberty. It wasn't just Emma Misamum that the Liberty picked up. They also picked up Talbot, who was cut by the Valkyrie. Man, the Valkyrie have cut a lot of players this year. They really have. 1:50 remaining here in this first quarter. Indiana's down by 1. Dantas is out there with Mitchell, Cunningham, Colson, and Hull. A pull-up jumper from Kelsey Mitchell is a misfire that leads to a rebound to Johannes. Liberty up by 1. A shot from the left corner goes for Burke. Another splash for the Liberty. What did I say? Guard the perimeter. Wide open threes all around. Dantas, she misses from up top. Indiana have not been able to make a single 3 so far in all their attempts. The Liberty have made 4. And here goes another one from Sabrina. Sabrina Anescu knocks down her first bucket and a 5th splash for the New York Liberty, who are currently on an 8-0 run in the last 2.5 minutes. With 1 minute left to go in the first quarter, Fever are down in desperate need for some buckets. A catch and feed to Sophie, who knocks down the first 3 for the Indiana Fever. The blonde bomber The Blonde Bomber. 15 on the shot clock for the New York Liberty. 40 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. A cross-court pass stolen up by Lexi Hull. Lexi, stop it, pop three, good! Lexi Hull makes it a 1-point game just like that. How about these Blonde Bombers right now? How about them? Sabrina going to work on Kelsey Mitchell. She'll fade away. She'll miss. And the rebound will fall to Sophie Cunningham. Here come the Fever, with 15 seconds here on the game clock. 10 seconds left. No shot clock. The crowd is anticipating what the Fever are going to do here. Down by 1. 3, 2. Colson hits Sophie left corner for 3. That's no good, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. That does it for the first quarter. New York Liberty 23, Fever 22. My goodness, that was a quarter of runs. That was a quarter of runs right there. You had a run by the Liberty, and then you had a 10-2 run by the Fever, and then you had another run, an 8-0 run by the Liberty, and then followed by another run by the Indiana Fever, led by Sophie and Lexi Hull, to make it a 1-point game at the end of 1. That was a crazy quarter. But I'll say this, a much better effort by the Indiana Fever here in this first quarter. Unlike what we saw in the first quarter in that last game. I think the intensity is up. I think their attention to detail is up. I think they're making better, more smarter plays, passes on offense. I love it. They just got to knock down their shots a little bit more. That's it. That's it. That's it. And guard the perimeter on the other side a little bit better. Yo, we got a $5 dono from Snow. He says, way to hold it down, Josh. Yo, it's called a great game. Hey, man, I feed off of y'all's energy, Chris, and thank you so much for that, brother. I appreciate the support, man, from all of you guys. Thank you, Chris, for the 5. All right, so that does it for the second quarter. So let me change out the quarter here. So far, the leading scorer of the game right now is Natasha Howard. She hasn't missed yet. She's got 8 points. 8 points. 3 for 3 from the field. Leonie Febish is the leading scorer for the New York Liberty with 5 points. Howard's also leading rebounder. Will tie with the leading rebounder, Sabrina Nescu, at 3. Dr. Sarah, I saw you say in the chat that you wanted me to pronounce a particular Liberty's player's name. Which name was that? Was it Leonie Febish? Or Talbot, the new player for the New York Liberty, who they just signed, who was recently cut by the Valkyrie? Yeah, the new one they just signed? Yeah. Okay. Yep. So Talbot, she was just added to the Liberty, making her debut, Stephanie Talbot from the Valkyrie. Stephanie Talbot. So sorry, Rocha. That's Rocha's favorite team in the chat. But now she's on the Liberty. All right, let's see where we're at. Wait, is that number right? 623 likes? No way. In the first quarter? Shoot. Let's go. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Man, 5 turnovers for the New York Liberty. 5 turnovers from the Liberty in that quarter, and they gave up 5 points off those 5 turnovers. Whereas the Indiana Fever, they turned it over 4 more. They turned it over 4 times total, and they gave up only 2 points. So that's good. That's good. Also, the Fever are outscoring the Liberty in the paint 12-6. 12-6. That's really good. Fever are out rebounding New York 9-7. I like that. Fever need to work on their 3-point shooting. They're shooting 22% from downtown, whereas the New York Liberty are 5 for 7 from 3, which is good for 71%. So, Fever, and they have good looks too from the perimeter. They just got to knock them in. And then they got to guard it better on the other side. Hey, Jacob Fredericks, too sweet, man. Too sweet, dude. Too sweet. All right, you guys ready for the start of the second quarter? because it's about to happen, baby. Second quarter is about to happen. Cameron Evans, what the $5 dono? Thank you so much. Cameron Evans, too sweet. Appreciate it. That's the way you start a second quarter. There we go. Liberty have the basketball. They're shooting on the left side of the court with Jonquel Jones, Natasha Cloud, Stephanie Talbot, Kennedy Burke, and Marina Johannes. Johannes gets the pass, but Lexi Hall rips it away from her. She said, giving him cookies. And a pass to Cindy Colson. Colson's pass is stolen up by Talbot, and Talbot's pass is stolen up right back by Cindy Colson. They're playing hot potato right now with this basketball. 9:28 of the go in the second quarter. It's Fever basketball shooting on the right side of the court in their blue uniforms. Sophie, the drive, the kick to Sydney, swings it to Lexi Hull, right corner. She'll make the move inside the paint. She stopped on the right elbow. To her back is Kennedy Burke. Bounce pass to Dantas in the high post. Pull up jumper over Jonquel, and she misses that one. Rebounded by Jonquel Jones, who returns from injury. She's now got 5 points with 2 rebounds. Natasha Cloud, guarded by Colson, feeds it in the post to Jonquel Jones. Takes a bounce. Reverse layup. No good. Sophie the rebound. Sophie Cunningham, second rebound of the game to go with the 3 points. And she'll find Lexi Holt for 3. That's going to be short. Jones for the Liberty with the rebound. New York's up by 1 with 8:36 left to go here in the second quarter. A pass inside to Kennedy Burke. Up and under. Reverse lay-in is good. What a maneuver by Kennedy Burke. And with that, New York will go up 3 with 8:24 to go. And a bad pass by Dantas in transition. Turns it right back over to New York. Thank you, Mods. I know you're excited, George. Just watch the spamming, buddy. Hey, Rolando with the $5 dono. Rolando says, you make WNBA much fun to listen to. Hey, so glad to hear that, Rolando, and thank you so much for the compliment and for the 5, brother. Ball's inbounded, and Stewie knocks down an elbow jumper for a mid-range. Brianna Stewart has now 4 points, and that puts New York up by 5, 27-22. With 8:05 left to go here in the second quarter. And we're going to get a Natasha Cloud foul on the other side of the court. Natasha Cloud called for the foul. That's her second already. Her second foul. Devin dropping the $5 dono. I heard the WNBA is about to get a few streaming and TV deals soon that can turn a profit. $200 million. Not sure how true that is. They already signed a deal, $2.2 billion deal starting next year, Devin. Starting next year. Ball's inbounded. Dantas for 3. No good. Jonquel Jones the rebound. Thank you for the 5, brother. But yeah, they inked a deal worth $2.2 billion, which goes into effect next year. Johannes from downtown knocks it in for the New York Liberty. Count that for 6 splashes for New York. It's a 7-0 run to start the second quarter. And with that, the Fever will call a timeout. Their first timeout. 30-22, New York leads it by 8. A 7-0 run for the Liberty to start the second quarter. They're still red hot from 3. They're number 1 in the WNBA in 3-pointers made per game, which is 10 a game. And right now, they have 6 splashes. They have 6 threes made already, and they're shooting 75% from 3. Indiana Fever got to do a better job defensively around the perimeter. They got to do a better job. That was one of my keys to the game. Guard. I even made it really big. Guard the perimeter. You gave up 14 threes in that last game, and right now they're on pace for 12. Right now the Liberty are on pace for 12. We're in a commercial break. It's a timeout made by the Indiana Fever. It's a timeout by the Indiana Fever. Who thinks the Indiana Fever are going to win now, says Philip. Well, Philip, they were underdogs by 10.5 points. Now, they were down by 8 not too long ago, and they went on a big run. Let's see if they can go another run again. Eddie, thank you so much for the subscribe. Shout out to Eddie in the chat for hitting that sub. When you guys do subscribe, your name will pop up here on the stream. I appreciate the company here tonight. 1,900 people watching, listening from wherever y'all are from. I appreciate that. Maybe you guys are watching the stream. Maybe you're only able to listen. You're driving or something. Be safe out there on the road. Maybe you got me on the background while you're playing some video games. Maybe you're doing some work or something like that. Maybe you're at work. I appreciate y'all being here nonetheless. Yo, we got a gift of membership in the chat during this commercial break, and it's going to come from Thank you so much for the gift of membership. It's going to go to Spooky Greta Girl. Ooh, Greta Girl, spooky. And she got to gift the membership from Thank you, man. I appreciate the support, dude. Paul Menton, welcome on in, man. Welcome on in. Father Time says, I live on the river. This is my only access to the game. Father Time, it's been a pleasure hanging out with you, man, this season. I'm listening while quilting, says Jamie. Awesome. That's awesome. Thanks for listening. Thank you, Kevin B. Thank you. I'm cooking some burgers right now. Who's your daddy? Make me a burger. I'll take a double cheeseburger. With some mayo, maybe a little bit of ketchup, and you know what? Let's throw some bacon on there. We're coming back from the commercial break. It was a Fever timeout. We have 7:48 left to go here in the quarter, and it's going to be Fever basketball. And on the floor right now for the Fever, Natasha Howard, Sophie Cunningham, Ari McDonald, Dantes, and Sydney Colson. For the Liberty on the floor, Stewart, Leonie Phoebish, Jonquel Jones, Natasha Cloud, and Marina Johannes. Here's Dantes on the high post. Fakes the handoff to Ari, and she does now pass it to her. Johannes picking her up on the top of the key, and she'll pull up for a mid-range jumper. Count that bucket for scary Ari McDonald. Her first score of the game. 2 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound for Ari. She cuts the lead to 6. 7:17 left to go here in the quarter, and a wild shot missed by Johannes goes sailing out of bounds. It's going to be Fever basketball. Fever basketball down by 6 with 7:14 left to go here in the second quarter. Looks like some substitutions being made. So now on the floor for the Fever, Natasha Howard, Aaliyah Boston back out there, Kelsey Mitchell, Sophie Cunningham, and Ari. Boston on the right elbow, picked up by Jonquel Jones, hands it off to Sophie Cunningham, Phoebish to guard, Boston the screen, Sophie brings out Jonquel, pass to Natasha Howard, who has 8 points, Howard, bounce pass up top to Kelsey, nice little crossover on Johannes, and she beats her to the rim off the crossover with the layup. She's too fast. She's way too fast. A 4-point game now. 30-26. Jonquel Jones double teamed, and she misses, gets her own rebound, put back, no, rebounded by Boston. Fever shooting on the right side of the court in their blue jerseys, down by 4 points with 6:28 left to go here in the quarter. A pull-up fading away 3 is missed there by Mitchell, rebounded by Jones, and an outlet pass to Stewart. Stewart hits Natasha Cloud on the left corner. She'll drive on Boston and hits a layup. What a tough bucket there by Natasha Cloud to put him up 6. Fever back the other way. Boston, handoff. Sophie Cunningham on left wing outside. Drives inside. Boston off the bank. Shot too strong. Trying to get her own rebound, but picking it up is Leonie Phoebish. Phoebish ahead to Cloud. Hits Stewart on the right wing outside. 17 on the shot clock. Stewart. Oh, a foul away from the ball. Natasha Howard fouling Jonquel Jones. That got physical. Marina Johannes is going to check out. Sabrina is going to check back in. Over 2,000 people in here now. Thank y'all joining us. Ball's inbounded. Sabrina backing down Kelsey Mitchell. Ooh, nice physical defense right there. Pull-up jumper. Tough one won't go for Sabrina. Good defense by Kelsey Mitchell. 5:35 left to go here in the second. Mitchell stopped here on the perimeter, passes inside to Boston, takes a bounce, backing down Stewart, turnaround jumper, fading away is good for Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah only had 1 field goal made in that last game. She now has 3 here in the first half with 6 points to cut the lead to 4. And on the other side, they're going to call Kelsey Mitchell for a personal foul with 5:19 left to go in the quarter. A foul by Kelsey Mitchell. 5:19 left to go. It's going to be Liberty basketball with Stewart, Phoebish, Jones, Cloud, and Inescu. Cloud has it on top of the key. Handoff goes to Stewart. Stewart inside pass to Jonquel Jones, and they're going to call her for the offensive foul. Jonquel Jones and Natasha Howard have been getting real physical in this game. They called a foul against Natasha Howard just a little while ago, and now they called an offensive foul against Jonquel Jones, as when she was getting that pass, she put her hand up and was pushing away Natasha Howard. You can't do that. So it's Fever basketball with 5:07 to go, down by 4. Sophie setting the screen. Leah Boston setting the screen for Ari McDonald. Phoebish out to guard her by herself on the top of the key. Hits right wing. Kelsey Mitchell off the screen from Boston. Back inside to Aaliyah. Pull-up jumper. Aaliyah's going to work with that jump shot, cutting the lead to 2. 32-30 New York. With 4:45 left to go in the second quarter, Liberty have the basketball. Good defense once again being played by the Fever, and the Liberty are going to have to call a timeout here with 4:43 left in the second quarter. What a nice run once again by the Indiana Fever. What a nice little run right here. We have a $10 donation from Andrew. Andrew says, I gave up all TV, so you're my Fever lifeline. I appreciate all the positivity in the TSF. How about that from Andrew? Hey, dude, I don't blame you. The TV packages and everything like that gets pretty out of hand and everything, you know. So, Andrew, I'm glad that you found a home here. We appreciate you hanging out, and thank you so much for the support. Thank you for the 10, brother. Shout out to Andrew. We got a highlighted comment from Brady Gagne. He's been with us for 50 months as a member. He says, so, TSF, what do you want to see from Caleb Williams this year, development-wise? So what do I want to see? I want to see some better decision-making. He has now Ben Johnson as his head coach and calling the plays. He's got a beefed-up offensive line. There's really no excuses. I mean, we worked on the offensive line. He's got the receivers. He's got a good running back core, and he's got a great genius playmaker that we've seen do wonderful things in Detroit. So I want to see Caleb Williams be able to make those reads, make better decisions, and win us some games. There's no excuses for Caleb. There's really no excuses to be had for this offense going forward. So, Brady, I hope it's a good season for Caleb, and I'll be watching. Thank you, man. We appreciate that. Rodney Perez, well, thank you. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate that. Where are you watching this game from? Sheila, I'm watching on ESPN through YouTube TV. Typically, I do watch from DirecTV as a live feed, but I have to change out my box. It malfunctioned, so they're sending me a new one. In the meantime, I'm watching through YouTube TV on ESPN. That's how I'm able to watch. So thanks for hanging out. Over 750 likes on the stream. Incredible. Cheers to everybody in the chat. If you guys are brand new, hit that subscribe. Join us for more Fever streams all throughout the season and WNBA playoff coverage. The next Fever game will be on Thursday as they take on the Las Vegas Aces. And without CC, I think the Aces are definitely a team they can beat. That's going to be on Amazon Prime, by the way, on Thursday. Thursday is the next Fever stream against the Aces. I think that's a very winnable game. We're coming back from a commercial break, y'all. We're coming back from a commercial break. Greetings from Iowa. Hey, what's up, Shelly from Iowa? What up? What up? Hey, Devin. What up, guys? My goodness. Over 2,000 people in the house. That's awesome. And when you guys subscribe, your name will pop up here on stream. I'll try to shout you out as much as I can. Balls inbounded. Natasha Cloud, inbound turnover. Right back to the Fever it goes. So not good out the turnover right there for the Liberty. It's a 2-point game. The Fever can tie or take the lead on this possession. And here's Kelsey Mitchell on the right wing. Hits Natasha Howard on the elbow. She'll drive on Stewart. And the ball's not loose by Stewie, but into the hands of Boston. She'll try here in the post against Izzy Harrison. She misses with the left hand. And Harrison comes down with a defensive rebound. With 4:20 to go here in the second quarter. Outlet pass to Phoebish. She crosses the halfway mark. Cross-court pass to Natasha Cloud, driving on Mitchell. Layup missed wildly. Boston the rebound. Outlet to Aerie. Kick out Sophie. Wide open three. Sophie Cunningham for the lead. A big splash by the Blonde Bomber. Thank you, Timothy, for the subscribe. 33-32, Indiana with the lead. Fever on a 7-0 run. This has been a game of runs by both teams. Sabrina, a desperate three. No good from up top. Aaliyah Boston comes down with her 6th rebound. Indiana in the lead, 33-32. I see some Sophie Cunningham emotes in the chat. Blonde Bombers going to work here in this first half. Cloud, Boston inside, and she's fouled by Leonie Phoebish of the Liberty with 3:31 left in the second quarter. 3:31 left in the second quarter. Ooh. Sophie Cunningham, 2 for 4 from downtown, 6 points contributed. That gave Indiana the lead, 33-32. On the floor for the Fever, it's Howard, Boston, Mitchell, Cunningham, and Aerie McDonald. Ball's inbounded. It's still stolen up by Sabrina. Sabrina with the steal. The drive. Sabrina with the miss. Isabel Harrison with the putback. 34-33. Liberty up by 1. Quickly the other side. Mitchell knocks down a 3. Kelsey Mitchell from downtown puts them right back up, 36-34. Folks, we got ourselves a back and forth game right now. A pass to Isabel Harrison, the baseline, stolen up by Sophie Cunningham. Oh, and Sophie comes up limping. Oh, Sophie comes away limping. 3:01 left to go here in the second quarter, and she got tied up with Isabel Harrison, who are now going to jump ball. They're both going to be jumping for this ball, and Sophie, somewhere in there, did she twist her ankle or something? She came up limping. Yo, Goodrich, 45 months in the elite says, hey, hello, good friends. You guys are doing great. Yoda phoned home. I did. Ready for football we are. Goodrich, it's good seeing you, man. Yeah, dude, football is right around the corner. Jump ball was won by the Liberty. Stewart misses from 3. Aerie McDonald comes up with the rebound. Good to see you, Goodrich. How you doing, man? 2:43 left to go. Natasha Howard fed down low, and she finishes off a McDonald assist. 38-34, and the other side, Kennedy Burke hits a layup, making it a 2-point game once again. 38-36, Indiana leads with 2:26 to go. Driving down the lane, Mitchell, fouled by Stewart. She'll go to the line for 2 shots. Kelsey Mitchell, she just dashed her way up court, shot the lane like a bullet, and drew that shooting foul from Brianna Stewart, who will be shooting 2 free throws now. You just grinding that work, Goodrich. It's good to see you, man. It's great to see you. Oh, PJ, what up? First free throw is good by Kelsey Mitchell. 39-36. 39-36. Kelsey Mitchell is one of the fastest players in the WNBA, and I love it when the ball's in her hands and she just drives down the lane. She drives right up the hill. I love it because she's just so quick. She's either going to beat her opponent or she could draw fouls. 40-36 after the second made free throw. Mitchell now has 11 points. 2:16 left to go here in the second quarter. Sabrina Ionescu guarded by Sophie Cunningham on the top of the perimeter. Cross-court pass to the right wing, Phoebish. Down low pass to Stewart. Stolen up by Natasha Howard, but Howard's pass is stolen up by Harrison, who hits the layup. Isabel Harrison with the steal and score. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Howard, top of the key. She's looking. She looks to the top, finds Aerie McDonald. Howard sets the screen. Aerie the drive. Aerie the layup with the contact. And one. And one for Scary Aerie McDonald. And Kaylin Clark to her feet off of that play while she watches on the bench. Aerie McDonald. She's like Kelsey Mitchell. She can get downhill just like that. And she draws the and one. Free throw is good. 43-38. And now the Fever are in the bonus. Fever are in the bonus. With 138 left to go, Liberty have the basketball with Stewart, Phoebish, Anescu, Harrison, and Burke. Isabel Harrison on the perimeter. Handoff goes to Sabrina, who hasn't had the greatest first half right now. Anescu's got 3 points on 1 for 7 shooting, and she'll shoot this one from the wing. Outside it goes. Air ball. Sabrina is off her mark tonight. Sabrina is off her mark. Wow. She hit that 1-3 in the first quarter, and that was it. That was her only bucket. Jonquil Jones, she hit the first bucket of the game in her return from injury, and that was it. That was her only made bucket. So the Fever are doing a great job on Jones and Sabrina. Stewart's only made 2 field goals in this first half. 43-38 lead for the Indiana Fever. They have the ball with 1:14 left to go. And here is Ari McDonald on the high post, finds Lexi in the right wing, feeds it down low to Aaliyah Boston. Boston backing down Burke. Kick out. Mitchell catch and shoot. 3! A splash for Kelsey Mitchell. It's an 8-point lead now for Indiana. And with 58 seconds to go, the Liberty will call a timeout. Liberty will call a timeout. Kelsey Mitchell is on fire right now. She's got 14 points and is the leading scorer of the game. The leading scorer for the Liberty has 7 points, Kenny Burke, off the bench. This is wild, dude. This is wild. 46-38, Indiana. Indiana is outscoring New York 24-15 in the second quarter. They're outscoring New York 24-15 in this second. What's different? What's changed from the last game? The defensive intensity has really kicked up a notch. They really have. They're making everything difficult for Sabrina, for Jonquil Jones. Everyone is playing like their lives are on the line right now. And offensively, definitely a lot better rhythm. So much better rhythm right here for the Fever's offense. Natasha Howard hasn't even missed. She's got 10 points on 4 for 4 shooting. Aaliyah Boston's got 8 points with 6 rebounds, close to a double-double already. Kelsey Mitchell, 5 for 9 from the field, 14 points for her. McDonald's 2 for 3. She's only missed 1 field goal, has 5 points with 4 assists and 2 rebounds. Lexi Hull's got 3. Sophie's making plays everywhere. Everyone's locked in right now. ILC, thank you for the subscribe, buddy. But hey, listen, this game is far from over. This game is far from over. Liberty are a really good team, and they've already made some big runs in this first half themselves. So you got to stay vigilant if you're the Fever. Ball's inbounded, and it's Liberty basketball with 52 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Phoebish has it left wing outside, guarded by Lexi Hull. Puts the ball on the floor, drives down the lane, puts it up, draws a shooting foul from Lexi. Leonie Phoebish to the line for 2 shots. 2 shots for Leonie Phoebish. Lexi Hull commits her first foul of the game. 45 seconds remaining in the second quarter. New York's down by 8 points. Phoebish looking to cut into that lead here at the line. First free throw, Leonie. Das ist good. She's German. And new to the Cult of Fury Elite, Frank V. Let's go, Frank V. Let's go, Frank. Thank you so much, man, for being an elite member, brother. Let's hear it for Frankie. Frankie. And with that, we now have a 6-point game as Phoebish knocks down the second free throw with 34 seconds to go. Fever have it. Natasha Howard misses at the rim, and we're going to get a loose ball foul called against Natasha Howard because after she missed the layup, she kind of like made some contact with Stewart, pushing her back, who then falls to the ground. Was that a bit of a flop? No, that was some contact. That's a loose ball foul called against Natasha Howard. And because both teams are in the bonus, that foul will send Brianna Stewart to the free throw line for 2 shots. Again, thank you so much, Frank. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. And thank you, everybody in the chat, for over 850 likes here in the first half. Stewart, first free throw is good. 41-46. Stewart has 1 more free throw to come up. Second free throw is good. 42-46, 4-point game now. 28 seconds ago, here come the Fevers shooting on the right side of the court with Howard, Boston, Mitchell, McDonald, and Lexi Hull. Liberty have Stewart, Fevish, Jones, Sabrina, and Kennedy Burke. And it's Burke picking up Ari McDonald on the high post. Sabrina with the switch. McDonald driving. Shot is blocked. No, knocked loose by Sabrina. And last touch by McDonald as it went out of bounds. Great defensive play by Sab. It's going to be Liberty basketball with 10.5 seconds remaining in the half. No shot clock. No shot clock for the Liberty. Ball's inbounded. Stewie will bring it up. Howard to guard her. Stewart, 5, 4, ball's knocked loose. Stolen up there by Kelsey Mitchell. Mitchell in transition. Stops and shoots a 3. Oh, misses from the back iron. And that's going to do it for the first half. First half is in the books. Indiana 46, New York 42. Oh my goodness, what a half. What a half that was. My God. 46-42. That was a game of runs in that first half. There were multiple runs by New York. There were multiple runs by the Fever. New York outscored Indiana 23-22 in that first quarter, but then Indiana outscored New York 24-19 in that second quarter. Wow. That was a pretty fun half. That was pretty fun. That was pretty fun. 46-42 Indiana. It's halftime. It's halftime. Let me take this off the bonus. Again, thank you all so much for watching and listening. Over 2,100 people in here. I'm going to go over game time. I'm going to go over the halftime box score so that way you guys can know all the stats and numbers between the individual players and team stats. 114 likes away from 1,000 is incredible. I appreciate the support, y'all. Kentucky Lucky, thank you, man. Thank you. Hey, Chef Benito, what up, man? What up? How about that effort? Before I go into the halftime box score, I just want to say the effort was so much better tonight for Indiana. Way better. In that last game, New York punched Indiana early in the mouth, and Indiana just looked shook for the rest of the game. Like, they just looked lost. Like they were seeing stars, you know? Like a cartoon. They were just seeing stars just circling around their head. But in this game, nah, Indiana brought the intensity, which was one of my keys to the game. Come out with intensity. Indiana did that. Find a way to get Boston going offensively. Well, they did that along with other things. Guard the perimeter. Well, they got the defensive, the perimeter defense got better as the second quarter went along. And whoever said a prayer, shout out to you, because it's working. It's working. It's working. Philip, thank you, man. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. All right, so you guys ready for the halftime box score? Let's take a look at the stats. Let's take a look at the stats. So looking at the stats at a glance right here, Indiana shot 47% from the field, 33% from three, whereas New York shot 46% from the field and are now shooting 50% from three. At one point, New York was shooting almost 80% from three at one point in that first half. 12 turnovers for New York, 8 for Indiana, and they each have 15 rebounds. Game leaders, Kelsey Mitchell with 14 points, Leonie Febish with 7 points. Rebound leaders, Aaliyah Boston with 6, Jonquil Jones with 5 in her return from injury. Assist leaders, Sabrina and Ari McDonald, each with 4. Now let's look at the entire box score, and we'll start with the Indiana Fever. As you see on the screen, we'll start with the leading scorer, Kelsey Mitchell. She has 14 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists on 5 for 10 shooting. That's 50% from the field, 50% from 3 she's shooting right now. So very efficient shooting from Kelsey Mitchell. Keep that up. Natasha Howard, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals, 4 for 5 from the field. Good half there by Natasha Howard. She does need to work on turning over the ball. She traveled a few times, and watch the fouling. We can't afford to have Natasha Howard get into foul trouble. I have a sense that might happen because it's starting to get really, really physical in the paint. Sophie Cunningham, 6 points from Sophie, 2 rebounds, and a steal on 50% shooting. And again, with Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Holt, not everything shows up on the box score. You know, like deflections, making the passes across the court difficult, forcing shots late in the shot clock, those kind of things. Sophie Cunningham has really brought her intensity in the starting lineup tonight. So did Ari McDonald. Much better effort from her tonight on both ends of the floor. She's got 5 points, 4 assists, 2 rebounds. She has 2 steals, and I like the aggression she's playing with tonight. Off the bench, only one person has scored, and that's Lexi Hull. She knocked down a perimeter 3. She also has 1 steal with 1 assist scored. Now let's move down to the New York Liberty. New York Liberty. Leonie Fibish, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Brianna Stewart, 6 points, 1 assist, 1 steal, and not a single rebound stat for Stewart. Not 1 rebound. 6 points on 2 for 4 shooting. Jonquel Jones, 5 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 for 7 from the field. She knocked down the first field goal of the game, and it was a 3. And she has not scored a field goal since then. She played 10 minutes in that first half, by the way. Natasha Cloud, 5 points, 3 assists, 1 rebound, 1 steal. But she turned over the ball 3 times, and she committed 2 fouls herself. She almost had a 3rd foul. Sabrina, now this is a shocker too. 3 points for Sabrina. She knocked down a 3 in the first quarter, similar to Jonquel Jones, and did not score again. Sabrina is 1 for 7 from the field. They're making things, and they're making life very difficult for Sabrina Ionescu. 3 rebounds for her also, with 4 assists and 1 block. Off the bench, though, much better production than the Fever's bench. 6 points from Isabel Harrison with 3 rebounds. 7 points from Kennedy Burke, who's 3 for 3 from the field. And Marina Johannes, 3 points and 1 rebound. Johannes had, 12 points in that last game. She's not off to a great start here in the first half. Now looking at some other team stats, I want to look at those turnovers again. So 12 for New York, 12 turnovers for the New York Liberty, and they gave up 10 points to the Indiana Fever off those 12 turnovers. Fever had 8 turnovers. They gave up 8 points. So the Fever are winning that battle right there. They're also winning the points in the paint battle. As you guys see down there below, 22-18 in favor of Indiana. At the free throws, looking at the free throws, Indiana's 5 for 5 from the free throw line. New York Liberty is 6 for 6. Interesting. Okay. And the largest lead was 8. They each had the largest lead of 8. That was a game of runs there in the first half. That's the halftime box score, y'all. That is the halftime box score. So going into the second half, I want to continue to see these keys to the game for the Indiana Fever. Keep the intensity up. By the way, the perimeter defense definitely got better as the game was going along in that first half. Keep that up. Get better on those perimeter defensive possessions. And keep feeding Aaliyah Boston, Natasha Howard. Let Kelsey Mitchell do her thing. Everyone's eating offensively right now. Keep that going. Josh, you sure about your Liberty decision? Rhonda? Maybe not. Maybe not. But there's plenty of game left. There is plenty of game. So you can't take any kind of foot off the gas if you're either team. Especially if you're the Indiana Fever. You were underdogs by 10.5 points going into today's game. Jonquel Jones came back for the New York Liberty, right? So the Liberty, in a sense, got better since that last game because they're getting back a starting player. But at what point does Sabrina get going again? Is she going to stay cold the entire game? Jonquel Jones, also 1 for 7. Brianna Stewart, only 2 field goals. So 4 total field goals between Brianna Stewart, Jonquel Jones, and Sabrina. 4 total field goals between your big 3. Is that going to last? We'll see. We'll see. Keep it up, though. Keep up the defensive pressure. Thank you, GWL. Appreciate that, man. And we're 65 likes away from 1,000. Awesome. Awesome. Love it. Love it. Hope you guys are having a good time. I really do. I'm having a great time hanging out with y'all. Thank you. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go to the concession stands. Let me know if you guys want anything. And don't burn down the chat. I better not see any fire emotes burning down the chat. Okay? And if there is, someone put it out with a water emote or a wind emote. Better not see any fire in the chat. Don't burn the place down. I'll be right back. Jets, don't burn it down. What is going on in the chat? That's a lot of fire. That's a lot of fire. Oh, there you go. Tristan Allen with the water. Thank you, Tristan. Thank you. We need some water in the chat. That's a lot of... Man, you guys are about to burn this sucker down. JB Taylor. JB Taylor burning the place down. My goodness. I've been obsessed with these. You guys ever try these Gatorade packets? This is Gatorade Zero. This is Gatorade Zero. And this is the blue flavor. I've been obsessed with these. Oh, tear on the other side. It was Jets. Oh, it was Yvette's idea. Oh, dang. Yvette, Jets sold you out. She sold you out. Josh, I love the Gatorade packets. Favorite flavor? Sarah, I'm going to say the blue is my favorite. Glacier Freeze. Glacier Freeze. I also have another box that I got. I also got Glacier Cherry. Which is pretty good. They didn't have any oranges though when I was at the store buying these, or else I would have stocked up on some orange, because behind blue, orange is my favorite color, or favorite flavor for Gatorade. Grape, they don't have any grape. Grape's good though. Grape's good. Oh, thank goodness I'm not the only one who calls flavors blue, purple. Oh yeah, that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. You got to call them by their color. You gotta call them by their color. Blue, orange, grape. Although grape, yeah, I always call it grape. I never call it purple though, which I guess is weird. Yeah, that's good. Oh, that's really good. It's so simple. You just pour it in your bottle, which is what it's made for. It's just so simple. Arturo says, y'all saw today some Bears fans went to the Vatican to meet the Pope, and they gave him a shirt that says "That Pope." That happened? That's hilarious. That's because the Pope is from Chicago. The Pope is from Chicago. Unfortunately, he's a White Sox fan. Well, that sucks. That sucks. Because it's Cubbies here in the House of Fury. This is a Cubby house. Even our dog is named after Cubs. Little cubby. If anyone drinks cucumber Gatorade, I'll pray for you shortly. Oh, I've never tried that. And I don't know if I would. I guess I would. Let me get this ready for the second half. We're still in a commercial break, folks. Getting ready for the second half. Oh. And if that first half was any indication how this game's going to go, we're in for a good second half. Could come down to the wire. I drink sun-kissed orange water mix. I didn't even know they had those, CC. I didn't even know they had those. That sounds amazing. I love sun-kissed. 14 likes away from 1,000. Yeah. Collier had 3 blocks in just under 45 seconds to start that game off against the Sky. Woo! Nafisa. Yo, what up, sports critic? Amir, what up? Bigwood, 15% battery life right now. See, I can't let my phone get under like 40%. I become very paranoid. Like, I can't even relax. I gotta charge that thing. Right now, my phone's on the charger. I better probably take off the charger because it's definitely 100%. Yo, we just hit 1,000 likes, baby. 1,000 likes before the start of the second half. Woo! All right, let's get ready for the third quarter. Joseph Tram, what up, Joseph? It's Liberty basketball. This time, they're shooting on the right side of the court. 9:50 left to go in the third quarter. 15 on the shot clock. Leone Fibish, left-handed layup, and a left-handed finish for Leone. Das is good for the German. 44-46, Indiana leads it. Fever have the possession, shooting on the left side of the court in their blue jerseys. Howard, Boston, Mitchell, Cunningham, and Airy on the floor. Oh, Boston beating Jonquel Jones off the dribble. Hits a layup. 48-44. What a maneuver by Boston. Stewie on the other side, going to work on Howard. Turnaround jump shot, short. Natasha the rebound. Howard's got 4 rebounds. 48-44 lead for the Fever. Howard hits Boston, feeds it inside to McDonald, kick out. Sophie for a splash. A Sophie Cunningham splash makes it a 51-44 lead for the Fever. Let's see those emotes for Sophie Cunningham. Blonde Bomber back the other way. Jonquel Jones draws a shooting foul from Natasha Howard, who will now go to the line for 2 shots. 2 shots. Me too, Josh. I cannot go below 50% for me, says Jamie. Yes, you're right. We're right here on the same page. On the same page. JB Taylor hitting that woo emote. By the way, shout out to Ric Flair. He's cancer-free now, I heard today. He had cancer, and they just announced that he's now cancer-free, so that's awesome. Jonquel Jones makes the first free throw. Here comes the second. That is good. 51-46 lead now for the Fever with 8:50 left to go here in the third quarter. Bringing up the ball is Ari McDonald. She's joined by Cunningham, Mitchell, Boston, and Natasha Howard. A feed now to Boston. She's against Jonquel Jones. Feeds backdoor to Mitchell, who hits the layup. What a feed by Boston. What a cut by Mitchell. And the finish. 53-46. Execution is fantastic for the Fever. So Brita misses a fadeaway jump shot. Rebounded by Aaliyah Boston. And here come the Fever. Up 53-46 with 8:19 left to go in the third. It's Natasha Howard on the left corner driving along the baseline against Jonquel Jones. Blocked by Jones into the hands of Stewie. And here come the Liberty shooting on the right side of the court. Stewart down the lane lays it in for 2. A 5-point lead for the Fever. 8 minutes to go. And here comes McDonald into the front court. Bounce pass to Boston in the high post. 15 on the shot clock. Dribble handoff. Mitchell shoots the 3 off of it. No good. Rebounded by Phoebish. And an outlet pass to Sabrina. The Liberty looking to go on another one of those runs. And a nice feed down low to Phoebish is led to a layup. 53-50, a 3-point game now for the Fever. Liberty finding some momentum once again. 7.5 to go, and we're getting a whistle here. Leone Phoebish with the defensive foul. Leone Phoebish with the foul. Yo, what? Walk-off sports, Moose Knuckle. What up, Moose? With the $2 donation. It says, what's going? What's the going? It's going. We're watching some Fever basketball. It's good to see you, Moose. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? Here's another Sophie 3 from downtown. It's good. Sophie Cunningham. Her 4th splash of the game gives Indiana a 6-point lead with 7:12 to go. Back to the way. Jonquel tees up the 3. A nice answer right back. Jonquel Jones cuts the lead to 3. Aaron McDonald feeds it down low to Boston. The backdoor cut to Mitchell. Not this time. It goes out of bounds. Bad pass turnover. Liberty basketball. We got a $5 donation from Daniel Turk. Says, Mr. Josh, I see it's just one tonight. Appreciate the live content as always. Paying my dues so much cheaper than a seat. And the coverage is way better. Daniel Turk, yes sir, solo. Well, not really solo because I'm with all of you fine people. But Daniel, thank you so much, man, for the support. Thank you for the 5, bro. Thank you. So as the Liberty were bringing up the ball in transition, Kelsey Mitchell was called for a foul. That's her 2nd of the game. With 6:51 left to go here in the 3rd quarter, Liberty will inbound with 18 on the shot clock. And on the floor for the Liberty, it's Stewart, Phoebish, Jones, Sabrina, and Cloud. Sabrina inbounds this to Stewart on the high post, 14 on the shot clock. Stewart, the drive, the one-handed finish, no good. Rebounded by Natasha Howard, her 5th rebound of the game. Howard looking to go coast to coast. She drives it up court. She stopped in the right corner and passes it up to Boston on the wing. 15 on the shot clock. Boston to the top of the key goes Mitchell. She's going to cross up and step back on Jonquel and knocks it down. Oh my goodness, what a shot by Mitchell. That's a long 2. 58-53. Sabrina misses on the baseline. McDonald gets the rebound, and here come the Fever up by 5. McDonald off the screen from Boston, straightaway 3. Misfires and goes out of bounds. Last touched by Indiana, so it's Liberty basketball with 6:07 to go. Woo! A.R. Angler, thank you. 501, appreciate that, man. Aaliyah, Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, emails, let's go. 6:04 to go. Kelsey Mitchell has 18 points. 18. Liberty down by 5. Natasha Cloud gets a screen from Phoebish on the elbow. Step back over Sophie. The splash from Cloud9 is good. And we got a 2-point game. Fever lead at 58-56. Bringing up the ball is going to be Kelsey Mitchell shooting on the left side of the court. Mitchell off the screen from Boston. Ooh, is fouled by Jonquel Jones. And Jones just picked up her 2nd. Less than 40 likes away from 1.1 thousand likes. Let's get it. Let's get it. Keep smacking that thumbs up if you're having a good time. Ball's going to be inbounded with 5:39 to go. Mitchell tees up the 3. Not this time. Rebounded by Stewart. Stewie with her 1st rebound of the game. We'll bring it up court. They're down by 2, so they could tie or take the lead here. Handoff goes to Sabrina on the elbow. A bad pass to Stewart, stolen up by Natasha Howard. She said, give me that rip. Natasha down the lane, blocked by Jones. No, call it a foul. It's going to be a foul. And Jones wants a review. She thought she had a clean block. Was it a block or was it a foul? The call on the floor is a shooting foul by Jonquel Jones, which would be her 3rd personal. And 2 shots for Natasha Howard. That's a fact. Ooh, they're not going to challenge this. They're not going to challenge this. That's free throws coming up for Howard. 2 shots. Mina Kim, good to see you, Mina. How you doing this summer, Mina? Free throw number 1 is good for Natasha Howard. 59-56. I don't care who wins now. This is a game. Father Time, this is a good game. This is a competitive game. Unlike what we saw the last time, this is a really good game. 2nd free throw by Natasha Howard. She makes them both. And now Indiana leads at 60-56. Here come the New York Liberty. Bringing up the ball is Natasha Cloud. She crosses the halfway mark, hits Stewart on the left elbow. Stewie puts the ball on the floor, and dribble handoff goes back to Natasha. Pull up, left elbow jumper, hits the back iron. Rebound will go out of bounds. No, it's saved in by Boston, but no, it does go out of bounds. So it stays Liberty basketball with 14 on the shot clock, 5:02 on the game clock for the third quarter. And on the floor for the Liberty, it is going to be Stewart, Phoebish, Jones, Cloud, and Johannes. Ball's inbound from the right sideline. Stewart to Johannes. And it's stolen up by Kelsey Mitchell. Mitchell down inside, and the ball's broken up out of bounds. Last touch by Johannes. 4:53 left to go in the third quarter. We're going to get an official timeout. Unofficial timeout. With 4:53 left to go in the third quarter, when we come back from the commercial break, it's going to be Indiana basketball, and they're up 60-56. Kelsey Mitchell with the rip. She said, give me that ball right back. And Kelsey Mitchell's having a game. That's her second steal of the game. She's got 18 points. She has 2 assists. She has 2 rebounds. She's shooting well. She's defending well. Mitchell's having herself a game. Wilson, thank you for being here. Says thank you for the play-by-play. Well, thank you for hanging out, man. Thank you. Wilson! For all those who are brand new, don't be shy. Hit that subscribe. I want to see your name pop up here on the stream, just like MZLZ333. MZL is a paid actor. As soon as I mentioned that, he subscribes and his name pops up on the screen. That was perfect timing, M. That was perfect timing. Thank you for that alley-oop, man. That assist. Yeah, hit that subscribe like M just did. We go live all season long for these Indiana Fever games. Our next one will be on Thursday as the Fever take on the Las Vegas Aces. Rizzo, yes, defense has been so much better tonight for the Indiana Fever. That has been a huge X factor. The Fever is definitely playing better defense tonight. Way better intensity tonight. They're playing smarter. They're playing more focused. It's incredible. It's incredible to see. They're making things difficult for Sabrina. Sabrina, let me go back to the box score. Sabrina Ionescu is 1 for 9 from the field. She scored 1 field goal in the first quarter and hasn't scored since. That is wild. That's wild. Good defense by Indy. Good defense. Woo. Thank you, Rhonda Davis. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much for the subscribe, John Broderick. Thank you for the sub, John. Johnny boy. We're still in a commercial break. It's a timeout made by the officials. Paula. Shout out to Paul Kalbrenner for the subscribe. You guys are incredible. Thank you for that. And almost a 1.2 thousand likes too during this commercial break. That's awesome. That is awesome. Thank you, Anna Atkins. That means a lot. Tip that to you. Denise says, how do you subscribe? There should be a button down below here somewhere that says subscribe. Should be. I don't know if you're watching on the phone or computer or what, but it should be like right down there below me somewhere. We're coming back from the official timeout. Right now they're talking about Caitlin Clark. She's there on the sideline. They're talking about how Caitlin Clark is listed day to day. Day to day. Lexi Hall's going to inbound this from the baseline. She does right corner to Mitchell. Kick out to Howard on the elbow. She'll dribble to the left elbow, bringing out Stewart. And handoff to McDonald. Pass back to Howard. Stolen up by Stewie. And then a foul committed by the Fever. McDonald. Mike Scott, thanks for the subscribe, man. Clark Howell, thanks for the subscribe. 4:45 remaining in the third quarter. There's Clark right there. Is that all, Clark? There you go. Shout out to anybody who gets that reference. Liberty will inbound this from the backcourt. Stewart inbounds to Natasha Cloud, who will bring it across the halfway mark. Liberty shooting on the right side of the court. And on the floor, it's Stewart, Jones, Cloud, Burke, and Johannes. Johannes feeds it to Cloud. Cross-court pass to Stewart. Has 10 on the shot clock. Pump fake on Howard. Fadeaway jump shot off the bank. No good. Jones the rebound and the putback with the foul. And one. Jonquel Jones. Fouled by Aaliyah Boston. Her third personal. Jones could cut the lead to 1 at the line. Jonquel Jones and 1 against Aaliyah Boston can cut the lead to 1. And that free throw is good. 60-59. Indiana leads it by 1. Sydney Colson will bring it up for the Indiana Fever. She's joined by Lexi Hull, Mitchell, Boston, and Howard. They're in their blue uniforms here tonight. Boston hesitating to move from the elbow. Kick out to Mitchell. She'll drive down the hill against Natasha Cloud. Brings her out to the left corner instead. 7 to shoot. 6 to shoot. Oh, nice little cross right there by Mitchell. Drives. Pass is broken up out of bounds. Last touch by Mitchell. Great defense there by Cloud. And with the help of Stewart, it's Liberty basketball with 4:04 to go in the quarter. Almost a 1.2 thousand likes on the stream. I want to thank y'all so much for smacking that like button. You guys are incredible, and gals. Appreciate y'all. Easiest way to show support to the stream and the channel. Under 4 minutes to go. Here come the New York Liberty. Jonquel tees up the 3 from straight away. That's no good. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johannes. It's Fever basketball. We have a gifted membership in the chat from Brooks Hampton. Let's go, Brooks. Thanks for the gifted membership, man. It's going to go to Rasta BM back. Okay. Welcome to the Cult of Fury, man. It's Fever basketball. A wide open 3 for Kelsey Mitchell is good. Kelsey Mitchell is on fire tonight. She's got 21 points, and now the Fever lead it by 4. Mitchell with the splash. And on the other side, Kennedy Burke is going to be called for an offensive foul. Offensive foul by Burke. Whose ball? Fever ball. Kelsey Mitchell emotes in the chat. There you go. She's looking like the MVP of today's game, ladies and gentlemen. Kelsey Mitchell. Oh, having a word with Stephanie White right there. She's been playing pretty much this whole entire game right now. She's the leader right now. Ball's inbounded. Kelsey Mitchell will bring it up. She's joined by Cunningham, Boston, Colson, and Lexi Hull. She feeds it to Boston. She'll back down, and she's stolen up by Isabel Harrison. Izzy with the steal, and Colson's going to commit a foul in transition. Is that going to put New York in the bonus? I think it does. Yeah, I think that does put them in the bonus. So Leonie Febish is going to go to the line for 2 free throws with 3:10 left to go in the third quarter. Down by 4 points. Febish first free throw is up and good. Leonie makes it 60-53. That was a foul by Sydney Colson, her first foul. Second free throw, no good. Rebounded by Sophie Cunningham. Out there on the floor for the Fever, the Blonde Bombers. Lexi Hull and Sophie, along with Colson, Mitchell, and Boston. They're up by 3 with 3:01 left to go, and a pass is broken up out of bounds. Last touch by the Liberty, so Fever will inbound with 15 on the shot clock, 3:01 on the game clock. Mitchell set to inbound this from the left sideline. She's looking left. She's looking right. She hits Colson in the left corner. Pulls up the 3. Off it goes. No good. Boston fight for that rebound. And she's fouled by Isabel Harrison on a loose ball. Loose ball foul called against Harrison. 2:56 left to go in the third quarter. And we just hit 1.2 thousand likes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Sydney Colson inbounds this from the left sideline. 14 on the shot clock. Hand off to Mitchell. Hand off right back to Colson off the screen from Boston. Kicks it to the right corner for Lexi for 3. Lexi Hall. Blonde Bomber, bomb away. 66-60. It's Liberty basketball. Harrison driving on Boston. Pump fake. Boston with the strip. Oh, they're going to call this a tie-up. A jump ball coming up between Boston and Harrison of the Liberty. How about the intensity by the Fever tonight? They are locked in. There goes those Lexi emotes in the chat. There you go. Jump ball between Boston and Harrison. Tip is up, and the Fever will win the tip. Lexi Hall will bring it up. She's driving on Stewart along the baseline, and she'll draw a foul. Lexi Hall will go to the line for 2 shots. Lexi Hall making some plays, Brianna Stewart called for her second foul of the game. Lexi's got 2 free throws coming up. First free throw by Lexi is up and in. 67-60. Fever with the lead. Lexi's got 1 more free throw coming in. Dantes is going to check in for Aaliyah Boston. Dantes checking in for Boston. Second free throw is missed, and it's rebounded by the Liberty. Leonie Phoebish on the floor for New York. It's Stewart, Phoebish, Harrison, Burke, and Johannes. And we're going to get a whistle. Kelsey Mitchell called for a foul away from the play. Mitchell foul here. And she's going to huddle up the rest of the Indiana Fever players. And now she shakes hands with Sophie Cunningham. I think they just drew up something nice. And because the Liberty are in the bonus, it's going to be 2 free throws coming up for Brianna Stewart. 2 shots for Stewie. First free throw's up, and it is good. 61-67. Second free throw by Stewart is also good. 62-67. 2:14 to go. Thank you, Randy. Thank you. And Christopher De La Cruz, appreciate you. Mitchell dashing down the lane. Kick out to the right corner. Lexi pulls up for 3. That's no good. Dantes with the offensive rebound. Second chance here for the Fever. 2 minutes left to go here in the third. They're up by 5. Lexi the drive off the big shot, no good. Coming down the rebound is Burke, and an outlet ahead to Johannes as she was falling. Johannes is in the front court. Johannes hits Stewart in the high post. 17 on the shot clock. 1:45 to go. Finds Phoebish. She'll pull the trigger for 3. Leonie Phoebish. Das is good from downtown. And we got a 2-point game with 1.5 remaining in the third quarter. Colson has the possession here on the left wing. She cross-court passes this to Lexi Hull. Hesitates on Stewart. She's dribbling around the perimeter. Handoff goes to her blonde bomber sister, Sophie. Back to Lexi. Back to Sophie. Now to Kelsey Mitchell on the right wing outside, bringing out Leonie. 2 on the shot clock. Pull back jumper. Hits the back iron. Rebound falls to Isabel Harrison and the Liberty. 1:07 to go here in the third quarter. They could tie the game here, and they do with a Brianna Stewart layup along the baseline. 1:05 to go here in the third quarter, and the Fever will call a timeout. We're tied at 67. It's a 7-0 run for the Liberty in the last minute 19. It's a tied game now, folks. A tied game here in Brooklyn. During this commercial break, we got a new member. And new to the Cult of Fury, Peter Bayarel. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your last name, but Peter, cheers to you, man. Thank you so much for becoming a member. We appreciate the support, dude. Thank you. Paul says, Josh, now this is Indiana basketball. This is a good basketball game. This has been a game of runs. I mean, the Liberty going on a run, the Fever going on a run, the Liberty answering back with a run, Fever answering that with another run. It's just been back and forth like that. And now we're tied here at 67. And Douglas Alexander just subscribed. Thank you, Douglas. Thank you for that. Michael Fredericks, thank you, man. Mr. Fulton, Josh, on Sunday, July 20th, was my 26th birthday. Well, happy birthday to you, Mr. Fulton. I hope it was a good one. All right, we're coming out of a timeout. It was a timeout by the Indiana Fever. It was a timeout by the Fever. We have 1:05 left to go here. 1:05 left to go here in this third quarter. Fever are going to inbound looking to take back the league. Take back the lead. If you guys haven't done so, smack that like button. If you haven't, it'd greatly be appreciated. Tim, thank you so much for the subscribe. We're so close to 1.3 thousand. Thank you. Okay, 1 minute to go. Fever basketball. Here's Kelsey Mitchell. Cross-court pass to the left wing. Goes Kelsey Mitchell. 12 on the shot clock. Back to Dantes. Dantes hand off to Mitchell. Phoebish honor. Swings it to Lexi. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Kelsey for 3. Short. Rebound to Stewie. Stewart, her second only rebound of the game, will bring it up court. They could take a lead here. Burke for the lead from the right corner. No good. Isabel falls with the rebound, and she's on the ground. Lexi Hole is going to pick it up. No, they're going to call a turnover on Isabel Harrison. It's going to be Fever basketball with 33 seconds to go. Yeah, she looked like she kicked the ball. Isabel took a spill there, and then she kicked the ball right there. So it's going to be Fever basketball. It's Fever basketball. Ball's inbounded. Colson's going to bring it up for Indiana. 28 seconds to go. Colson hits Sophie Cunningham on the right elbow. Handoff to Kelsey, and they're going to call Sophie for the foul. Offensive foul. And Sophie immediately gets up, looks towards her sideline, and says, challenge this. Because Sophie was handing off this to Mitchell, and it looked like Phoebish was the one who hit Sophie. That looked like it was a foul from Phoebish. Oh, well, Sophie kind of came in like that with her hip, and then Phoebish said, nuh-uh. So, no challenge here. No challenge. 16 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Stewart, guarded by Sophie Cunningham by the logo. They are looking to take the lead here. She'll drive down from the elbow. Layup is good for Stewie, and the lead goes to New York, 69-67. First lead since down 8, 32-30. And a heave by Sophie won't go. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. That's going to do it for the third quarter. Wow, what a game. What a game. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to hold up those fours. If you're brand new here, this is what we do. Going into the fourth quarter, I need you to put 4 fingers high in the air if you can. Put 4 fingers in the chat. It's time. It's time for what we call here in the Sports Fury the clutch quarter, where it doesn't matter how you start, it's how you, that's right, finish. It's how you finish. So put those 4s in the air, put them in the chat, and let's get ready for a clutch quarter. Who is going to be clutch? New York went on a big run there to end the third quarter. They ended up outscoring Indiana 27-21 in that third period. But who's going to win the fourth quarter? It's anyone's game. It's anyone's game. And we're less than 25 likes away from 1.3 thousand likes on the stream. I'm going to go use the restroom. When I come back, let's get this fourth quarter going. Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, for being here. Thank you. All right. My next drink of choice is an HEB root beer. HEB root beer. Cheers, everybody in the chat. Cheers to everybody watching and listening. Get some music. I probably should. For when I'm streaming by myself and I have to go use a restroom or something like that, put some music on. Maybe what I'll do is I'll have my co-host Rocha sing some songs, and then I'll just play that while I step away. I'm sure you'll love his voice. He's absolutely dreadful. Oh my goodness. There we go. 1.3 thousand likes, baby. Let's go. Appreciate y'all. Elevator music. Elevator music. Jamie Taylor says, cheers. I'm drinking a Boardwalk Cola, which I didn't even know existed until the other day. Boardwalk Cola. And how would you rate it, Jamie Taylor? A $20 dono in the chat by JGWL1961, who says, good job on the play-by-play, Josh. GWL, thank you so much. GWL, thank you, brother. That means a whole lot. Thank you so much for that. $4 dono from Andrew. $4 for 4. Great call today, Josh. Andrew, 4 for 4, baby. Let's go. Thank you guys so much. We're coming out of the commercial break. It's now time for the fourth quarter, the last quarter of the game. And it's Fever basketball. On the floor, it's Howard, Boston, Mitchell, Cunningham, and Colson. Here's Boston on the high post. 8 on the shot clock. Dribble handoff goes Sydney. Sydney driving down the hill. Handoff to Mitchell for the left short corner jumper. No good. Rebounded by Leone Phoebish. Liberty in the lead by 2 with 9.5 to go here in the fourth quarter. And it's Brianna Stewart finding Phoebish on the right elbow. She'll drive on Sophie and draw the shooting foul. Leone Phoebish draws a shooting foul from Sophie and will now go to the line for 2 shots. Thank you, Sunday Morning Pickleball. Pickleball. Thanks. Thank you. Gracias. 2 shots for Leone. The big German, first free throw is good. 70-67 lead for New York. New York. Josh, some overtime? I'll take an overtime, Tristan. What about you guys in the chat? Would y'all take an overtime? I would. That just boosts up the drama. Second free throw is good for Leone, making it a 4-point lead for New York all of a sudden. Now, can we see one of those runs by the Fever here? McDonald picked up by Burke. Boston sets a screen. McDonald cross-court pass to Sophie for 3. Not this time. Stewart, with her 3rd rebound to go with her 14 points, will now bring up the ball. Liberty shooting on the right side of the court with Stewart, Phoebish, Jones, Burke, and Johannes on the floor. And it's Johannes going to work here in the right corner. Ball's knocked loose out of bounds by Boston. Good hands. Good hands, Aaliyah, who's rocking her new shoes today. Adidas Dawn. Brand new shoes for Aaliyah. Under 9 minutes to go. It is Liberty basketball. Ball's inbounded. 8 on the shot clock. Stewart. Baseline feed to Jones, who scores. 73-67. Denny, thank you so much for the sub. And we're going to get a timeout here by Stephanie White with 8:48 remaining in the fourth quarter. A timeout by Stephanie White. Liberty off to a 4-0 run to start the clutch quarter. And they lead it by 5. They lead it by 5. They're starting to get some rhythm going here. Stewart has 14 points. Phoebish has 17 points. I have her on my fantasy lineup, so that's good, I guess. Jonquel Jones, in her return from an ankle injury, she has 15 points now, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. A lot of this damage being done here in the second half. Closing out that third quarter and starting this fourth quarter, it's New York Liberty with the momentum. Let's see if the Fever can find an answer here and get out of this little funk and find what was working so well for them for most of this game. Our next live stream, by the way, will be on Thursday. So come hang out if you can. I'll be here with Sean on Thursday as the Fever take on the Las Vegas Aces. Aces and Fever this Thursday. That should be a very winnable game for Indiana without CC. So come hang out if you can. Hit that subscribe, turn that notification bell on. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me tonight. No, I really do. Shout out to the mods again. Shout out to Cultiferi Elite. Appreciate y'all. Almost 1.4 thousand likes on the stream is absolutely bonkers. Need to start making the 3-ball work or it go inside, says Tim. Yeah, that was working so well, in the third quarter. And the drives by Kelsey Mitchell and Aaron McDonald, especially Mitchell. Mitchell could not be stopped. Right now she's having a breather. Hopefully we'll see her back out there soon. But yeah, Kelsey Mitchell, got to go back to what works. Got to go back to what works. And if you guys subscribe, if you're brand new, your name will pop up here on stream. I'll try to shout you out as much as I can. But thank y'all for subscribing, hitting that thumbs up, watching, listening from wherever you guys are from. Appreciate it. We're still in a commercial break. Timeout made by the Fever. It's a 4-0 run for the Liberty to start this fourth quarter. Cubs 3, Royals 0. Hey, let's go Cubbies. Let's go Cubbies. What's up, Big Mick? How you doing, man? 1029, what up, bro? Jeffrey Flathers, I'm doing good. How are you? Travis, appreciate that. Watching from Dubai, says Purple. Watching all the way from Dubai. Sweet. What kind of root beer is that? Sarcasm? This is root beer from HEB. Root beer from HEB. Rhonda Davis, represented from Texas. There you go, Rhonda. We're still coming back from a commercial break here. Timeout made by the Indiana Fever. Bird from Sarasota, Florida. What up, Juan? Bird. Thanks for tuning in, bro. Brewers led the Cubs for the first place in the National League Central, Josh. Aye. All right, here we go. We're back from the commercial break. It's Fever basketball. And on the floor, with 14 on the shot clock, it's Howard, Boston, McDonald, Colson, and Hull. No Mitchell out there yet. Yvonne, thank you for the subscribe. And a pass from Howard goes out of bounds. Was it last deflected by New York? If not, then it's Liberty basketball. Oh, man. 8:30 left to go here in the fourth quarter. 6 on the shot clock. So I think it's still going to be Fever basketball. Jeffrey, thanks again for the subscribe. So Colson's going to inbound this from the left corner. She does to McDonald. Cross-court pass stolen up by Stewie. Stewie's making plays left and right for the New York Liberty. And here come the Liberty on the right side of the court. It's Kennedy Burke on the right wing outside, and we're going to get a foul away from the ball. Aaliyah Boston called for a foul in the post against Jonquel Jones. That's 4 fouls now for Boston, who's been quiet for some time now. Yo, Big Mick says, I've been in the hospital, just glad to be home watching the TSF stream. I'm going to get that jersey to you soon, I promise. Hey, Big Mick, man, I appreciate that, but hey, man, most important thing is you recover. I hope you're doing okay, buddy. Good to see you, by the way. It's great to see you. Ball's inbounded, and it's going to be a Jonquel Jones missed corner 3, led to a rebound by Natasha Howard, and here come the Fever with 8 minutes to go. Lexi Hull, and a whistle. Another foul call, this one against Jonquel Jones, and Jones is very frustrated with that call. That's going to be her 4th personal. That's her 4th personal. She fouled Boston. So they call a foul against Boston to Jonquel Jones, and now a foul against Jonquel Jones to Boston. Angel 711, thanks for the subscribe. 18 on the shot clock for the Fever. Sydney Colson inbounds this to McDonald in the high post. To Boston on the elbow. She'll drive and back down in the post. Jonquel Jones, she's barreling her way up, and she's denied by Jones. Back, actually got the own rebound. She hits McDonald, who misses, and it's rebounded by Burke. Liberty have the possession here. Lexi Hull D's up Burke pretty nicely here. Burke will drive down the lane, blocked at the rim by Natasha Howard. Into the hands of Aaliyah Boston. But can they get a score? 7.5 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Lexi feeds it to Howard. She'll drive, and she'll draw a shooting foul from Sabrina. Natasha Howard to the line for 2 shots. 2 shots. Did I say John Paul Jones? Is that what I said? Oh, my goodness. 2 free throws coming up for Natasha Howard. Hasn't scored all that much here in the second half like she did in the first half. First free throw coming up for Natasha, and that is good. Finally, the Fever score here in the fourth quarter. Almost a 1.4 thousand likes. Keep smacking that thumbs up if you're having a good time. How many people we got in the house? Almost 3,000 people watching and listening. Thank you for joining us. Howard misses the second free throw. So it's going to be a 5-point lead for the Liberty. Brianna Stewart's going to bring up the ball. Stewie picked up by Howard on the high post. She looks at the top of the key to Jonquel Jones. 7:12 on the game clock, 10 on the shot clock. A feed back inside to Stewart. Turnaround jump shot is good, and the foul. Stewie and one. Natasha Howard called for the foul. 75-68. Stewie has a free throw coming up. Kelsey Mitchell's got to be out there. Stephanie White, you got to put Kelsey Mitchell back out there now. And it looks like she is. Sydney Colson, her minutes have been not very good. Sydney Colson's minutes have not been very good. Stewie and one free throw is going to be good. It's an 8-point lead for the Liberty. Bring up the ball is going to be Ari McDonald. She's joined by Mitchell, Boston Howard, and Lexi Holt. 15 on the shot clock. Pass goes to Boston in the high post. Dribble handoff to Mitchell. Off the screen. The jump shot is good for Kelsey. Finally, someone made a field goal. It's a 6-point game, and now Mitchell's got 23 points. Liberty have the possession, shooting on the right side of the court. 15 on the shot clock. Phoebus gets a handoff from Jones. Brings it inside against McDonald. Turnaround on the shot is no good. Boston the rebound. Her 11th rebound on the game. She's got a double-double tonight. Cindy, thanks so much for the subscribe tonight. 60 on the shot clock. Howard, wide open three is well short. Howard trying to find her own rebound. It goes in the hands of Lexi. She misses at the rim with the layup, and Jones secures the rebound with her 9th of the game. It's Liberty basketball up by 6. 6:12 to go. Sabrina going to work along the baseline. Kick out. Jones tees up the three. It's nothing but the bottom of the net for Jonquel Jones. 79-70. 6:01 to go here in the fourth quarter. Time out. Time out, Fever. The Liberty have had momentum since the closing of the third quarter, and they have yet to relinquish it. Time out, Indiana. 10 splashes now for the Liberty. I believe it's 10 splashes. Let me double check that. Yeah, 10 splashes for New York. 10 splashes. It's a commercial break. Time out. Time out, Fever. Time out, Fever. So they brought in Kelsey Mitchell finally, and she scored immediately. Immediately scored. But they got to get Boston still going. Howard, she quieted down from scoring. She couldn't miss at one point. She was 4 for 4 at one point from the field. Now she's 4 for 8. So her points since that fourth field goal have come all from the free throw line. She hasn't made a field goal since. So things kind of quieting for the Fever offensively, whereas the Liberty are starting to really find their momentum. Stewart, 17 points. Phoebus, 17. Jonquel Jones, 18 points, 9 rebounds. 1 rebound away from a double-double. Stewie's got 3 steals. And I think like 2 of them were in the last 8 minutes of gameplay. Sabrina's still 1 for 9 from the field with 3 points. So Sabrina's got 3 points, only made 1 field goal, and they lead it by 9. And to think, New York has Emma Misamum, who will soon be joining this team. They just acquired her. She's like the best European player. She won a Finals MVP back in 2019. She hasn't played in the WNBA since 2022. She's back in the WNBA. The Liberty picked her up. She's awaiting her visa to be approved or something like that. And once it does, she'll be joining this team, which is crazy to think about. It's crazy to think about. We're still in a commercial break here. We're still in a commercial break. And they also picked up Talbot. They also picked up Talbot from the Valkyrie who got cut. And Stephanie Talbot only played 4 minutes tonight. She hasn't scored. She only saw 4 minutes. Thank you all so much for 1.4 thousand likes on the live stream. We have 2,700 people in the house. We're coming out of a timeout here made by the Fever. They trail by 9 with 6:01 to go here in the fourth quarter. What's up, Ron? How you doing, buddy? What's up? Sean dropping that Fever emote. What up? Pretty sure that's Sean. Roger would be on his personal account. There's plenty of time left. There's plenty of time left in this game. Down by 9. It's gut check time. There you go. It's gut check time. Now, who's on the floor for the Fever? It's going to be Natasha Howard, Aaliyah Boston, Sophie Cunningham, Ari McDonald, and Sydney Colson. What? Where did you took out Kelsey Mitchell? And you put Sydney Colson back out there? What? 14 on the... Okay, whistle here. A personal foul away from the ball by Natasha Cloud. I don't get why Mitchell was checked out here. I don't get why Mitchell was checked out. How do you check out your top scorer? Ball's inbounded. 5:50 left to go. 12 on the shot clock. Sydney Colson's minutes have been terrible against Liberty in that last game and this game so far. Boston finds McDonald. Catch and shoot 3. Hits the back iron. Sabrina with the defensive rebound. Liberty in control of this game. Up by 9 with 5.5 to go. Sabrina pulls up from the right elbow. And it's good. Her second only made field goal of the game. 11-point lead for New York. 5:25 to go. It's Fever basketball shooting on the left side of the court. McDonald feeds it to the post. Boston going to work inside against Jaquil Jones. Turnaround shot is good and the foul. Aaliyah Boston and 1. Woo! Aaliyah Boston and 1. And with that, Jones now has 5 fouls. Jones has 5 fouls. I don't know why Mitchell got checked out. That still baffles me. Anyway, Boston's got a free throw coming up. Jaquil Jones has to be subbed out. Isabel Harrison checking in. That was her 5th foul. Free throw by Boston. Count it. 3-point play the old-fashioned way for Aaliyah. 81-73. Liberty with the lead. Stewart, handoff. Phoebish to Natasha Cloud. Eat with Aki. Thanks so much for the sub. Back to Sabrina around the logo. Guarded by Ari. Now to Stewie. Back to Sabrina. Layup is good on a give and go. Sabrina, her 3rd made field goal of the game. Makes it a 10-point game. 83-73. 4:48 to go. Boston with it. Handoff. Goes to Mitchell, who's back in. To Boston. Kick out to Sophie. Sophie puts the ball on the floor. Feeds baseline to Howard. Goes out of bounds. Last touch by who? Phoebish. Right? Okay. It's Phoebish. It was off of Phoebish. So it stays Fever basketball. We're less than 40 likes away from 1.5 thousand likes on the stream. So keep smacking that thumbs up if you guys are enjoying the stream. We greatly appreciate it. Ball's inbounded. And Boston, after the inbounded pass, commits an offensive foul to Sabrina. Oh, the Fever are imploding here late in this game. That was an absolute shove to Sabrina. That's an offensive foul, turnover, Liberty basketball. 4:27 to go. Here's Sabrina for corner 3. Sabrina is heating up here in the fourth quarter. A splash for Ionescu, the 3-point contest champion. 86-73. Mitchell will draw a shooting foul on the other side by Natasha Cloud and go to the line for 2 free throws. Wow. What's up, Pedro? Meza, what up, bruh? What up, man? Sabrina woke up here in the fourth quarter. She scored the last 7 points for New York. She had 1 field goal going to the fourth quarter. She scored the last 7 points for New York. Mitchell at the line knocks down the first free throw. 86-74. I can't check text right now. My phone's completely messed up. I would have to do screen mirroring, which I don't have right now. So I'd have to like add, set that up. Second free throw is 75-86. 4:05 to go, and a steal by Natasha Howard on the other side. In transition, a bad pass stolen up back by New York. And Natasha Cloud will drive and kick to Sabrina, who knocks down another splash. Fever timeout. Sabrina hyping up the crowd. 3:51 to go in the fourth quarter. Liberty lead at 89-75. Timeout once again by Indiana. New York took the lead and never looked back. And all that intensity by the Indiana Fever, that confidence that they had for like 2.5 quarters is gone. Now it's bad body language. It's looking like that look of defeat on their faces right now. It's tough. It's tough. And we got 5 gifted memberships from Shiny Boy. Sean with 5 gifted memberships during this timeout. It's going to go to Pedro Mesa, Fung Pai, Dragos, and Sean Moss. Oh my God, another Sean. Is that a coincidence? Let's go. Thank you, Sean. Sean with 5 gifted memberships, and one of them went to an actual Sean. How crazy is that? By the way, Indiana is in the bonus for the rest of the quarter. They're down by 14 points. They're getting outscored 20-8 here in this fourth quarter. They're getting outscored 20-8 here in the fourth quarter. 3:51 to go. Time is becoming an issue now. I didn't like Stephanie White's rotations, especially going into the fourth quarter. I thought it was awkward. I thought momentum was lost. Liberty, they found theirs. They found their confidence. Sabrina, Stewie, and Jonquel Jones, they struggled in the first half shooting from the field. They all found their rhythm late in the third quarter going into the fourth, especially Sabrina here in the fourth quarter. My goodness. She won a 7-0 run herself for the New York. It's crazy. 3:40 left to go in the fourth quarter, and Mitchell's in trouble on the baseline. She puts it up and puts it in somehow. Kelsey Mitchell, hey, she's been having a great game. She's got 27 points. 27. Now let's see if the Fever can get a stop here. Stewie on the baseline, kicks out to Sabrina. Pump fake. She'll reload for 3. It's short, and McDonald gets the rebound. They got to score here. They got to score quick. 3:17 left to go. Shout out to 317. Here's McDonald working on the high post. Finds Sophie Cunningham in the right short corner. And there's contact, but no whistle. McDonald, tail the shot clock, a pass to Mitchell, goes to the bounce. Last touch by Phoebish. 3:06 to go in the fourth quarter. 10 on the shot clock. There was a lot of contact right there, and no whistle was called. And the Liberty are going to challenge this. The Liberty are going to challenge the call on the court. It was called out of bounds, last touch by New York. They're going to challenge this. With 3:06 to go in the fourth quarter, up by 12. Up by 12. What happened? 15 likes away from 1,500 likes on the stream. Thank y'all again. Thank y'all again for smacking that like button, hitting that subscribe. Oh my goodness. Our next stream will be on Thursday. Fever taking on the Aces. Fever taking on the Aces on Thursday night. The call on the floor was out of bounds, last touch by Phoebish. That's what the Liberty are challenging right now. And looking at the replay, I can't tell from this angle if this is going to be successful or not. It's a challenge by the Liberty. Wow. They went on a big run here in the fourth quarter. They're outscoring Indiana 20-10 in the fourth quarter. Outscoring Indiana 20-10 in the fourth. Late in the third quarter, New York, they took the momentum. They haven't looked back. This was a game of runs before then. Before then, this was a game of runs. Indiana, they played great in that second quarter, outscoring New York 24-19, but then got outscored 27-21 in the third. And a lot of that came at the end of the third quarter. And then going into the fourth quarter, it was another run by the New York Liberty and outscoring them 20-10 now with 3:06 left to go in the fourth. We're awaiting the referee's decision to see whether or not there's going to be a successful challenge by New York or not. The call on the floor is out of bounds. Last touch by New York. From this camera angle, I cannot tell. It's a terrible camera angle. You can't tell if Leone Fibish didn't touch the ball. If you don't have conclusive evidence, you can't turn it over. Here's a better replay. Oh, I think that last touch is I think that touched her fingertips. That kind of looked like it touched her fingertips, but I can't fully tell. Again, if you don't have conclusive evidence, you can't overturn this. Yeah, this camera crew is not as bad as the All-Star weekend, Sean, but a definite boost in production from the broadcast needed in the WNBA soon. Again, shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Again, we'll be live on Thursday as the Fever take on the Aces. Fever taking on the Aces on Thursday. Successful challenge. Successful challenge. It's a successful challenge, and I just, looking at the replays, I don't see how you turn that over. It didn't look like conclusive enough evidence. But anyway, it's Liberty basketball. And on the floor, it's Stewart, Fibish, Cloud, Inescu, and Harrison on the floor. For the Fever, it's Boston, Mitchell, Cunningham, McDonald. Under 3 minutes to go, and Lexi Hull's out there as well. Sabrina, guard on the high post. Double team coming, and Leah Boston with the steal. Boston's got a 4-on-2 situation to Mitchell, to McDonald for 3. No good. Natasha called the rebound. Fever went cold shooting-wise. They really did outside of Kelsey Mitchell. Sabrina misses on the other end. Boston, the defensive rebound and outlet to Kelsey. Mitchell dashing up the court in the post. Pulls it up with the left hand and the finish. Kelsey Mitchell, 29 points tonight. A 10-point game with 2:24 to go. Here's Sabrina, inside feed. Isabel, pump fake, up and under. Layup is good for Izzy Harrison. 91-79, 2:15 to go. Somebody else besides Mitchell do something. My goodness. Here's McDonald off the screen from Boston. Kick out to Lexi Hull. She'll drive down the lane. Ball's knocked loose out of bounds. Last touch by Sabrina. Good defense. 2:01 left in the fourth quarter. 8 on the shot clock. 8 on the shot clock. Kelsey Mitchell had 29 points tonight. 29. Sophie inbounds this to Lexi Hull on the left elbow. Now to Boston, 4 on the shot clock. She dribbles down inside off the glass. It's no. Oh, was that good? That was good. Oh my goodness. What a shot by Boston. I couldn't really tell. Back to a 10-point game. Aaliyah Boston now with 15 points, 12 rebounds. And on the other side, Izzy Harrison. And 1. Harrison with the layup and the foul. 93-81. Whew. And 1 free throw coming up for Harrison. 4 likes away from 1,500. 4 people, smack that like button. I know if you're a Fever fan, it's a little bit frustrating, but still, thank you so much for sticking around. Appreciate that. Izzy, free throw coming up. And this is going to be good. 94-81, a 13-point deficit for the Fever. McDonald, bounce pass to Mitchell on the high post. She cross-court passes to McDonald. Miscommunication, goes out of bounds. It's Liberty basketball. My goodness, all that cohesiveness from the Fever just went away late in that third quarter and never came back. What happened? They're just dazed and confused out there. They're just dazed and confused. 125 left to go in the fourth quarter. 13-point lead for Sabrina and the Liberty. She's driving along the baseline. Oh, Mitch McDonald, nice little strip right there. Lexi Holt comes up with the loose ball. Hits Sophie on the elbow. Step back jumper. Sophie the three. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Sophie Cunningham. A big shot from downtown. Timeout New York. Timeout New York with 1:10 left to go in the fourth quarter. Sophie Cunningham, finally. She had 4 splashes earlier in the game. Then she kind of went quiet late in the second half. But there she goes again. There she goes. There she goes. 10 splashes now for the Fever. Let me make sure I got that right. Yeah, 10 splashes for the Fever, 12 for the Liberty. Timeout, New York. Timeout. Nah, it's over, says D's. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. I mean, only 1:10 left to go. You would need a stop and score. Maybe an and one or something. Whew. Oh, did I not? Oh, there you go. My bad. 84-94. My bad, guys. 84-94, 10-point game. 84-94, 10-point game. And it's 1:11 left to go in the fourth quarter. Liberty are going to have the possession here with 1:11 left to go in the fourth. It's going to be Stewart, Phoebish, Cloud, Sabrina, and Harrison on the floor. They're outscoring Indiana 25-17 here in this fourth quarter. Both teams now in the bonus. All right, ball's going to be inbounded. Sabrina inbounds this from the right sideline. She does to Harrison. Harrison is fouled by Dantes. So that's free throws coming up for Izzy Harrison. Because they're in the bonus, free throws coming up for Harrison. Free throw number 1 by Izzy is good. She's got 12 points now. 12 points off the bench. That's big. 12 points, 5 rebounds, 5 for 5 shooting from the field today. Not bad. Second free throw is good for Harrison. 12-point lead for New York. 1:08 to go. Not much time here for the Fever. Dantes tees up the 3. That's off the mark, and Cloud comes up with a defensive rebound with under 1 minute to go. Sophie's going to commit the foul and send Cloud to the line for 2 free throws. 2 free throws coming up for Cloud. That's the 3rd foul for Sophie. Woo. New York being clutch. Free throw is good for Natasha Cloud. 97-84. 58 seconds to go. Thank y'all for 1.5 thousand likes. Thank you. Second free throw is good. 98-84. 58 seconds to go. Ball's inbounded. Erin McDonald will quickly bring it across the halfway mark. McDonald off the screen from Dantes. Swings it to Lexi Hull, now to Sophie. She's got to shoot. Inside pass, Dantes, fadeaway jump shot, way off the mark. Sabrina, the rebound. 43 seconds to go, and Sabrina's going to call timeout? Yeah, she does. She was trapped there in the corner. Timeout by the Liberty. Thank you, Timothy. Wanless, thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate all the company tonight. Watching and listening, whether you're a Fever fan, Liberty fan, or just here hanging out, thank you. I appreciate that. And thank y'all again for 1,500 likes. It means a whole lot. Oh, ball's inbounded. A missed shot there by the Liberty. Fever with the possession, 24 seconds ago. And a missed shot there by Lexi Hull. Rebounded by the Liberty, and still we will walk it up the court. No shot clock. The crowd's on their feet here in Brooklyn. All right, let's get this countdown started. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This game is OVA over. The Liberty win it by 14, 98-84. They just dominated late in the second half. Right now, the Fever are all huddled up. Looks like Mitchell's giving a Boston was giving a very passionate speech, and everyone's listening up. Anyway, I mean, late in that third quarter, the New York Liberty, they were finally able to find some offensive rhythm, and that's when they really just pulled away. They really pulled away. They started playing better defense, and a lot of players from the Fever just went cold offensively from the field. Sophie went cold. Natasha went cold. Boston went cold. The only one who didn't stay cold was Kelsey Mitchell. She finished the game with a game high of 29 points. Mitchell had 29 points. Going into half, Brianna Stewart, Jonquel Jones, and Sabrina combined for only 4 field goals made going into the half. But in the second half, Brianna Stewart ended up with 17 points. Jonquel Jones ended up with 18 points in her return. 17 points for Leonie Fevish. Sabrina got hot in that fourth quarter, doing most of her damage. She only had 1 field goal going into that fourth quarter, had 4 in the fourth, and finished with 13 points with 9 assists and 5 rebounds. Cloud had 10 points. 13 off the bench for Izzy Harrison for New York. The Indiana Fever, they just lost momentum late in that third quarter and never recovered. New York outscored Indiana 29-17 in that fourth quarter. If I'm going to give an MVP tonight to a New York Liberty, I'm going to go with Brianna Stewart. Once again, 17 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 3 steals. Her defense in that third quarter going into the fourth was incredible, and a block. So I'm going to go with Brianna Stewart being the MVP. The X factor for New York tonight, I'm going to go with Isabel Harrison. 13 points, 5 rebounds, 5 for 6 from the field, 2 steals. Her defense was really incredible. Her presence in the paint was good on both ends of the floor. So I'll give the X factor to Izzy Harrison off the bench. But anyway, that's a Fever loss. But you know what? It was a really good game for almost 3 full quarters. It was a pretty good game. It was a game of runs. I thought we were in for a photo finish at the end, right? I felt like Indiana came out with much more intensity, much more of a game plan in the first, second, and half of the third quarter. But then that just went away late in the third, and going to the fourth, they just never recovered. So that's tough. That's tough. Anyway, our next live stream will be on Thursday as the Fever take on the Las Vegas Aces. So join us for that one. That is a winnable game for Indiana. We'll see. But we will be live on Thursday. If you're heading out, just want to say thank you so much again for watching, for listening. I hope you enjoyed the live stream, even though you probably didn't enjoy the outcome. But GG's to the New York Liberty on the win. Thank you. Dang, I thought Boston was going to ball out with her new shoes tonight. She was having a good first half. She finished with double-double, 15 and 12, and 6 assists. But most of that damage was early. It was early. What's up, Jacob Fredericks? Overall, not a bad game. Later. All right, see you, Melissa. See you for the next one. See you for the next one. I got you, Aiden. I got you. Oh, boy. Now they have the Aces and Atlanta Dream game on. Aces up 9-7. I'm going to take the Dream to win this one, though. All right, George. You have a good night, man. Take it easy. Take it easy. Take it easy. That was just so weird by Stephanie White pulling Mitchell late in that third quarter. That was just awkward. She put her back in eventually, but I don't know. That was just weird. That was weird. And that fourth quarter. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, CC Ryder. Appreciate that. Shout out to all the people who subscribed tonight, hit that like button. Everybody who donated, thank you. Became a member, gifted memberships. Shout out to the Mod Squad for keeping everything clean. Thank you, guys. Couldn't do it without y'all. Josh, would you be streaming a Lynx game like them versus the Aces or the Liberty? I've thought about that. I've thought about the Liberty Lynx. Like, if they have a future game coming up, I was thinking about something like that. Thank you, Justice L7. Mike Jr., thank you, buddy. Thank you, man. Yeah, let's hang out again, man. Let's hang out again. If you have some time, if Fever are live, we'll be live. We'll be live. This weekend, Jets? All right. All right, I'll think about that. Because I was thinking about doing some other games outside of the Fever. I know me and Rocha have talked about the future of doing the Valkyrie games along with the Fever games. But we'll see. Good night, guys. Good night, Joe, CC Ryder. Have a good one. Thank you so much, Dreamcatcher. You have a good night. I'll tell you this. My fantasy for the WNBA, my fantasy team, I think they balled out pretty good. I think they balled out pretty well tonight. My fantasy players. BTech09, thank you. It's my first year doing it. I'm on a run. Have a good night, Luke Miller. Have a good night, Joel Hickman. Y'all don't do MLB this summer? We thought about doing it. But that's up to Roach. And right now he's on a break. He's on a break. Maybe late in the summer? I don't know, maybe. Oh, am I playing you in fantasy baseball this week? I didn't realize I was playing against you, Sean. But no, I'm on like a 7-game losing streak right now. I'm on a 7-game losing streak right now or something like that. I need to win. Philip, take it. Thank you, man. And Lenny, thank you. Thank you. Joe Bake, have a good night. Kentucky Lucky, you have a good one. Angel says, I'll see you Thursday. See you Thursday, Angel. Matthew says, no breaks for Josh. No. No, sir. No, sir. Connor, you have a good night. You have a good night. I don't know what I'm going to eat tonight. I was thinking about some tuna fish or something. Something light. Tuna fish and crackers. Sounds pretty good. But I don't know. Thank you, Julio. Thank you, Joe Blake. Joe Bake. I might even go with 3 cans tonight. I usually eat 2 cans, but I might go with 3. Oh, so last night I went to the movies. I wasn't really planning on doing that, but I saw this movie called House of Eden. House of Eden. It was early access movie. And what made me go see it was made by these 2 YouTubers. Like, there's these 2 true crime / paranormal YouTubers. One had like 12 million subscribers, and the other had like 3 million subscribers. And they, along with this other guy, they made a horror movie made by Shudder. So I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. YouTubers making a movie that's got a release coming up. Yeah, I'm gonna go support that. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go. So I got the early access, and I went to go see it yesterday, and it was all right. It was okay. There were some pretty spooky scenes in that. It gave me it's a found footage movie, by the way. It's a found footage. So they kind of they're playing themselves, right? And they are going to go on this paranormal investigation. And as they're on their way to this graveyard to do this paranormal investigation, the main YouTuber, she decides to take a detour, right? She wants to go see about this house, this haunted house that has this horrible history to it. And she wants to investigate this before they do that other thing. And she doesn't tell her 2 partners until they are there, which they got upset about. But that's the plot of the movie. It's these YouTubers who go do a paranormal investigation at a haunted house, and it's a found footage type of movie. And it was pretty okay. It was all right. There, like I said, there were some spooky scenes, but for a couple of YouTubers doing that, that was pretty sweet. That was pretty sweet. Chris Stuckman announced that he's doing another short film. Chris Stuckman, oh, I haven't watched him in forever. I haven't watched Chris Stuckman in a long time. But that's good. That's good for him, man. That's good for him. See you next time, Josh. Have another good one. All right, Ron, you have a good one, dude. Also, Josh, I saw that Amy Bradley is missing documentary. You know what? I still think she's alive out there somewhere. Oh, I do too. I do too. I think a lot of people do. I think Amy Bradley is still alive. They're still looking for her. They're still looking for her. I think she's still out there somewhere. That was pretty crazy in the documentary where this guy, he had a way of like he put up like what was it, like a website or something like that, where he would release like pictures and videos for Christmas and Thanksgiving of the family, her family, and he was able to like track the internet to see about traffic, like where the traffic was coming from, and he pinpointed a place where she's believed to be still alive at, where every Christmas and Thanksgiving and birthdays or whatever, when these posts of pictures and videos are put up, someone is watching and looking at these for extended periods of time every single time. Is that her? Don't know. Don't know. Someone needs to check Rocha's closet. Shit. You would need a biohazard suit. You would need a young priest and an old priest. You need John Wick and Constantine, both played by Keanu Reeves, before you do that. Are you guys streaming tomorrow? No, Tyler. We're streaming Thursday. Our next stream is going to be on Thursday. Fever versus the Aces. Fever and the Aces. Josh, I recommend you chilling. I recommended you Chilling Scares YouTube channel, good horror channel. Shares great stories. What's it called? Chilling Scares. That's the name of the thing. Okay. I'll check it out. Chilling Scares. I'm subscribed to a lot of like paranormal YouTube channels and stuff like that. And oh dang, 2.32 million subscribers. 5 disturbing Reddit threads. Serial killers that are still on the loose today. Oy. Okay. Jacob, get off the roof. Get off the roof. Kelsey was Fever's best player 2018 to 2023, but only 49 wins in 6 years, like 8 wins per year. I didn't know that. She was the best player today. They're not better without CC? No, they're not better without CC. No. Definitely not. That's dope, Arturo. I'm going to check that out, man. I'm going to check out a couple of those videos tonight. I see some ones that I like already. I always like road trip ones. Like any road trip type of stories. I'm a sucker for those. Or like vacations where people are like at a cabin out in the woods or like a mountainous area or something like that. I always like those. You're damn right they're not better without CC. 8-5 with, 4-7 without. Yeah, that's facts. That is facts for sure. For sure. You're watching the Amy Bradley documentary tonight, Rhonda Davis. Check it out. It's sad. It's scary. It can happen to anybody. But it's a good documentary. It's a good one. And the fact that it's still kind of ongoing, because like I just got done saying, I think she's still alive. I think she's out there. Any update on CC's timeline? No. No, there's no timetable for Caitlin Clark. Like, officially, she's still listed as day-to-day They didn't even rule her out officially for this game until like 10, 15 minutes before tip off or something like that. Cruise ships are getting imploded. First poop cruise, and now Amy Bradley is missing. I'm learning a lot about cruises. I enjoyed the cruise that I went on, which was Carnival, but I'm learning a lot. There's some pretty legit conspiracy theories from about cruises. Some pretty legit ones. And I like conspiracy theories, but the ones that have some real meat on the bone, cruises got some crazy shit going on. Money laundering, not money laundering, but very, very questionable ethics about cruise ships and how and who they choose to hire and what they know and choose not to share with the public. Which is interesting because I don't know if anybody here has watched the show Succession, which is like one of the best HBO shows ever. But in that show, it's a show about a family who owns a major news network like Fox News or something like that. And and in the show, there was a cruise ship controversy that plagued them for like what, a couple of seasons, 2 or 3 seasons or something like that. I thought about that while looking into these other things, and I'm just like, man, that's probably legit. There's probably a lot of things that we just don't know about that these cruise ships are sweeping under the rug. Josh, have you ever seen a movie called Hell House LLC? Hell House, that sounds familiar. Back in 2015? No, I haven't seen this one. Ooh, it's got clowns in it. 70% on Rotten Tomatoes for a horror movie? Not bad. That's really good. It's really good. That's really good. Let's see a documentary about SW going missing. SW? Josh, you ready for Odyssey next year? Oh, I can't wait. Odyssey, the new film coming up from um, Christopher Nolan. Yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be awesome. This is a good game between Atlanta and Las Vegas. This is good. Becky Hammond is fired up. It sucks about Ryan Howard. She's still out for the rest of this, not the rest of the season, but the rest of the month. Ryan Howard's out. Sucks. What is Succession showing on? Succession, it's a show on HBO, and the plot is this family that owns this major news network is having a bunch of issues with finding out who is going to succeed the main guy, like the father. Like he's really really old. He's starting to get like dementia and stuff like that, and he needs to find a successor to his company. And he's got these 3 kids, and they're all messed up. Each and every one of them are messed up, and he doesn't know who he's going to leave the business to. And there's a lot of clawing and fighting and drama and people like taking sides, and it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Did you hear that they already made like $1 million of early screenings, and some tickets are being sold for like 200? For what movie? For Odyssey? Damn. For Odyssey like that? But anyway, Succession, you can find that on HBO Max. It's on HBO Max. Odyssey? I didn't even hear about that. Of early $1 million of early screenings. That's wild. That is wild. But all right, folks, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. Again, thank y'all so much for hanging out. Appreciate y'all. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Aces and the Fever. Thanks again, Mod Squad, Cult of Fury Elite. We'll catch you guys later. Y'all have a good rest of your night. Thank you everybody who donated as well. Appreciate the love and support as always. Y'all take